Mother, tell your children not to walk my way. Tell your children not to hear my words, what they mean, what they say. Mother.
Hello all, and welcome to this. And as you can tell, I am not alone. As a lot of people on Twitter said, the gang's back together. Let's start with Chase, and then everyone can kind of introduce themselves, and we can go from there.
I'm Chase, C-Dude 9590. I'm actually the brains behind everything, but I never get the credit. Next, go, Markeem.
Nightmare Baller 1, Nightmare Comics 1. I'm resident nerd and cynic.
Jim, that's your cue. Jim,
that's your cue. I'm just skip over it. Whatever, you got it. It's the classic gate, the real classic. Chase, we're gonna give you your flowers one day. Don't worry about it. We'll get your flowers one day.
God damn it, Jim.
Damn, this is Botchamania already. All right, I guess I'll go. ECW Hardcore 07. Hello, hi. This is my crappy 2007 setup. You can rib me in the comments.
He's at work, everyone.
I'm at work. Top flight security of the world, Craig.
Maybe don't do that, so then you won't be at work anymore.
Oh, my God. All right. Juice, you got to go.
You know me at the time as Dirty White Boy, but I'm Jason Hagholm, longtime pro wrestling fan, mixed martial arts fan, and longtime Skype talker. So yeah, I'm here now. We're here to mourn and grieve.
Yes, we're here to mourn.
Yes, as pretty much everybody knows, it was announced on Tuesday. Was it Wednesday?
Thursday. Wednesday, yeah.
Wednesday. That ROH, that Sinclair was not technically pulling the plug from ROH, but pretty much pulling the plug from ROH as we know it. So ROH as we know it is done. All of the talent is free for the most part, except for the TV tapings next month and then the pay-per-view. And then after that, it's pretty much going back to an indie with TV. So that's pretty horrible considering the talent that they had. If you I don't know what you guys think, but if you've watched ROH, I really do think during the pandemic, not only did they ever do everything right, but I also think the booking itself with the talent they had was actually really good, as opposed to what Impact was doing, where they were doing the same thing, except the booking was not as good. So it's really bad. And then of course all the talented guys that are now out of a job and now we're gonna have to look for a job. So either they're gonna go to wherever. But yeah, I think that this has been a while coming. So what do you guys think, Chase?
The weird thing is the difference between the statement they put out in public and all the moves they made not publicly, releasing everyone for their contracts, putting the tape library up for sale, which what? It's why are how are they going to continue to operate if they don't have their history? It's what's the point? To me, it feels a lot like when they said Eric Bischoff was going to take over WCW and it just never happened. What odds do you think that WrestleMania Supercard Honor actually happens?
50-50.
I think zero. Yeah. Zero. I don't think
0%. No way. It's over.
If it happens, like Josh said, it'll be like a super indie type deal, like a PWG show, no storylines, some random, random guys wrestling random guys. Yeah, that'll be it. But it won't be
like a PWG of the East almost.
Yeah.
Just so you just have that over here.
But GCW already exists. What's the point?
Yeah.
I mean, you're right, but I don't know, man.
If you can attract more top names,
right,
then you have something a little bit better.
And that's one of the issues is that, over the last probably 2 years, people have been going to TNA or Impact then they've been
No, you
going.
said it right.
It's
You said
always
it right.
TNA to us.
Yeah, you said it
forever.
right.
Forever.
Yeah.
It's TNA.
I mean, if you
Did you see the
I
finish to their
I didn't
pay-per-view?
watch. I didn't watch
God.
it, but apparently it was very TNA-ish. So Bound for Glory was, but Talon's been going there. They haven't been going to ROH. So I think that says a lot. You look at the New Japan deal. I think they were really banking on New Japan and CMLL, and of course CMLL just has fallen apart more than any company currently. It's like night and day. But yeah, I think just if you look at the talent that they it's funny because I know everybody like gripes about the MSG show, but if you look at that next Final Battle, they were actually set up for a lot of stuff, especially with Rouge, with Marty Scurll, until he had to go away, and
He had to go away.
so,
Yeah,
totally
right.
has more to do with this than I think anybody is willing really to admit. I've seen people blame AEW and all sorts of other stuff, and it's like I don't know what
You're gonna have that for sure. But that MSG show definitely took a big hit out of the company.
Okay.
Like Juice, you were there. I mean, you could just feel like the energy, just like something was weird about that night. Even though like the New Japan stuff was really good, you just felt like a weird energy that night.
That whole year, 2019, felt really weird. Where I went to the MSG show, then I went to a Wednesday night show in Toronto. Then Toronto was a hot market for them. No one was there, and then SummerSlam weekend in Toronto, where they ran a big building that they have sold out before. It was a ghost town, and that was really the side of wow, Ring of Honor is just not what it once was. No one's coming there. It just doesn't like the matches are good. I like the working agreement, especially the Lucha one with CMLL, but it's just not the same company it once was. They were just kind of rehashing some stuff with like the Briscoes and the violent matches and whatever. They were trying, but it wasn't clicking.
I couldn't even tell you the last time I was like really interested in Ring of Honor. Like when I was thinking about it, I think it's when they had the Guerrillas of Destiny came in and they had that feud with the Briscoes. Like that was like the last time I was like really invested. I think it was 2019. Was that around that time period? Yeah. So
I was at the
since
ladder
then,
match,
since then, I mean, that definitely haven't really caught my attention at all.
I mean, I think they were onto something with the pure tournament, but then they didn't capitalize on it at all. So,
hell, like Josh was saying, they were, to me, in my opinion, the best book company, period, during the pandemic. And even like the little bit of this year, like Vincent and Matt Taven is arguably like one of the best feuds of the year, but no one cared because they didn't have the talent. Everything around it didn't matter. So
I like that empty arena match they had.
Yes.
Pay-per-view.
Yes.
That which pay-per-view was that? I don't remember. That's in the world?
Or was it Death Before Dishonor? You talking about the Death?
No,
Death Before Dishonor was
that
Cage.
The cage match. That was I think it was Best in the World.
Yeah, it might have been Best in the World.
Yeah. That was a lot of fun.
I think they should be commended, first of all, Ring of Honor, for how they treated their talent during the pandemic, because they paid literally everyone when they didn't have to.
Well, they're still paying everybody now.
And they're still paying everyone now. They didn't have to do that. Lots of companies didn't do that and made massive cuts when they were making record profits by putting their events in Orlando. But Ring of Honor decided that they were going to pay everyone. But when you come back, there's still no buzz. Your events felt so awkward without fans, and you're running your TV tapings that are old school, like superstars, while across the Sinclair networks at just random times where you can watch anyone fight, but it didn't click, and there was no reason to watch.
And it never looked good. I mean, it looked better than when it started, but the show never looked good.
To me, again, I have this shirt because I bought the stupid membership when they first got bought by Sinclair. It's like, if you pay us, you'll get to stream the show. And literally, like, the production quality downgrade from HDNet to Sinclair was just so terrible. Like, it looked like they just took broadcast cameras from the 90s and turned on widescreen. Is terrible. It was barely above the DVDs. I need to show this comment from Gilbert Blaze. He says, "Nice uniform, Jim." I agree, Gilbert. It is
hey, Gilbert, security power, man.
But I pretty much checked out from ROH after they fired Adam Pearce. I came back when Jay Lethal won the title and pretty much watched a lot of it until the Elite left. But like the whole Sinclair era has just felt largely in a lot of places creatively misguided with like wrong choices for champions. Michael Elgin didn't work. Matt Taven didn't work. Roosh kind of fell flat because they gave him the belt too quickly and didn't really let him build up naturally. It was just like, here you go.
Yeah.
No, like MLW booked that dude so much better than ROH ever did. It's crazy. But yeah, it's like I haven't felt like they've had a stride the entire Sinclair era ever. That was of their own making. The Elite got hot because of being the Elite, not because of anything Ray Honor did.
Yeah,
and it's just like
they'd actually put money in it when the Elite got hot.
Oh yeah,
we probably would.
They'd be AEW.
They didn't handle that properly. Like you look at what New Japan did. I know everyone. New Japan has had a rough couple years, but immediately after they all left, they grew because they were ready for those guys to leave. ROH wasn't ready for those dudes.
One of their best years, that 2019 year.
Yeah, they weren't ready at all for those dudes to leave. Like the Young Bucks and Cody took so many people with them. I mean, they weren't
built
ready
the whole company around it.
Yeah.
Like, there was nothing like no one came to the shows for anything else other than just what the Elite was going on with. And they would get the best reactions of the night, and obviously, people were excited about that. But yeah, as soon as they left, you have nothing else. I mean, you have Matt Taven and Hopes and Dreams.
They also had the bad luck. They also had the bad luck of like we're building this talent up, and then they're just plucked to developmental in NXT, like a Donovan Dijak or a Punishment Martinez. They built these guys up, and then they were gone before they could really capitalize and do anything with them.
They spent 3 years building Kyle O'Reilly's title chase just for him to sign with WWE the week he won the title.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just like downfall after downfall.
Like if the pandemic happened, how much of the UK talent that WWE didn't sign, and also how much of that Australian talent that we haven't seen would be.
Flex never got to come over.
Right, like we met, like that's to me that's like a big part of it that a lot of people don't get is that people were like, well, they didn't rebuild, and it's like, well, I think the people they were going to rebuild with couldn't get into the country. It was kind of like AEW and the women where they had a plan, the pandemic happened, and then it was like, well, that's not going to work now, and you basically have to start completely back from scratch, and it's very evident that they just once that happened, it was done. And that's really unfortunate. I will say that the people that I feel like the worst for, especially if you see them on Twitter because they're not helping their cause any, is everyone associated with Shane Taylor, because that's a group that someone could grab a hold of and run with, because they were being built up so good, and they are just really fun to watch, and I don't think they're doing themselves any favors right now, but. That's what's up.
Jonathan Gresham was, in my opinion, at one point the hottest talent in the world, and that should have helped them immediately. But I don't know, man. I don't know. It was the vibe behind that company. It was.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Joe Koff, I think, even admitted he was a little too cautious, and being too cautious cost them because you know what happened. AEW happened, and that was their moment. They swung and they missed as the World Series is going on. They swung and they missed. They struck out, and AEW's hit like 8 Grand Slams since 2019 or since that point.
Well, I think he came in and thought, okay, I'm working for, and not just from a political side, but also a very conservative company, which pretty much Sinclair is, how they do everything. And I think that's just like he fell into that trap, and that's really easy to fall into if you've ever worked for a company like that. Just fall into that, the trap of let's just do what we can do and not try to reach for farther than we need to reach for. And I think that was a big part of it. Is there were especially when the Elite were there, and you could tell that they weren't going to necessarily stay there because you knew Cody wasn't going to stay there forever. You knew the Bucks probably were eventually going to be able to go. Omega was maybe the only guy, but eventually he was probably just going to stay in Japan at some point. You had to realize this and start building up, and like you guys said, they did a horrible job of doing that. So,
like every year, like I hate to bring up New Japan again, but it's the truth. Every year they would have an exodus of talent, and it would just be the next dude up. AJ Styles is leaving. Kenny Omega leaves the Bullet Club. Nakamura's gone. Let's build Okada even more. You know what I mean? Kenny Omega left. Jay White's right there. Like, you know what I mean? It's just, I don't understand. Like, why didn't they do that with anyone? They didn't even try.
I think they relied way too hard on that New Japan relationship as time went on. It was pretty much like, hey, for sure it did. I mean, that's the closest any of us could really see top talent from Japan with us without having to take an 18-hour plane ride or whatever. But when you're just relying on that and not really creating stars, this is the business of creating stars, and they didn't do that. And they then towards the end, they started just getting like the B-level New Japan talent. And I'm like, I'm cool with seeing Yuji Nagata. I love Yuji Nagata, but the people here are like, the Bullet Club, where are they? They're not there. They're not making towns now. They have bigger goals in mind, and that's where Ring of Honor.
Here's Sonata, not Naito. Sonata.
The young boys.
They also use Ring of Honor as a to send who it was Evil before he turned to Evil. What was his name?
Watanabe.
Watanabe. Yeah. It did not work at all. Like they did him no favors at all. Yeah. So
and Show and Yo, is that who else they sent there?
Yeah, they were
like Show and Yo.
Tempura boys.
And they didn't use them. And I wonder how much of that was, well, screw this. We're going to do our own thing then. If we can't count on you to build up our dudes, then we're going to just do our own thing. And now you have, the LA Dojo, which is amazing. So.
But, I feel sorry for in all this? Kerry Silkin. That's all I have to say. I feel crushed for Kerry Silkin.
I don't know, because there's rumors that he still owns the good stuff on the tape library.
And if he does, get that check, Kerry. Get that check.
Yeah, write that check, Tony Khan.
Get that check.
Yeah, he gonna get paid. Oh my god. Oh my god.
I'm happy for Kerry. Make that money, man.
In that sense, but God, Kerry was writing check after check to cover loss after loss after every year.
You know what? That dude was at the front door every single
and he
show.
shook everyone's hand.
Yep.
Thank you for coming.
Yes.
Thank you, Kerry, if you're watching.
And he's still had pretty much a job.
He's not watching.
Watching Jim.
No, probably
not. But
sorry.
But that's who I feel sorry for.
Well, I was also going to say, for those of you not realizing why we're all on here, it's not just because of who we are, but also back in the day, and this is one of the lost Skype things that happened, was when the ROH pay-per-views first started, when those taped pay-per-views started. We would all get on Skype.
My first show, Dreaming.
There you go. And yeah, so we would all get on there.
These two shows were the shows. Pretty much, this is the reason the Skype talkers existed. Those two shows.
Yes.
And we would all get on there. We would all just start like watching them. It was funny because we would all have like different delays of it. So, and it was hilarious. And so, unfortunately, none of us were smart enough to either we didn't tape them, or if we did, they all got corrupted and we could never upload them. So
that was, but it would just be like someone like Juice is the only person that could watch. Juice is Jason Hackholm down there, the dirty white boy. He was the only person out of all of us that could watch it legally. Like, I had DirecTV at the time, couldn't buy it. Markeem couldn't buy it.
I could buy it.
I got I bought.
I was able to buy it in demand.
But the thing was,
in demand.
In America, they were at 10. In America, they're at 10 o'clock after SmackDown. In Canada, they were like, "This is going head to head." This is the Man Up aired, which was the awesome ladder match, the first ladder war, Briscoes, Kevin Steen, El Generico, where I remember coming in the call and being like, "Man, that match, shut up!"
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I was like, I'm just gonna
Man, wait
hang
till you guys
up.
see that ladder
I'm
match.
just gonna hang up because I know how this is gonna go. I'm just play spoiler, and I don't want to do that. So
But
That's
join
very
in
nice
on
of
that.
you too. You
It was
missed
like-
a good night. That was a good night.
But we'd be all out of sync, so someone would mark out and be like, "Well, what happened? Why is he marking out?" And then the next person would mark
Then you
out,
see it.
and then the next person
Yeah.
would mark out, and it was just like
Mm.
those papers were like fantastic shit.
Yeah.
But the thing upon watching them now, that with modernizing luck, is that pro wrestling was fucking cold as hell back then,
Yes.
and we just didn't want to
Mhm.
admit it because it's what we loved. It was our thing, but it was just cold as shit because there's like less than 1,000 people at these shows. But I didn't care.
Yeah.
It was fucking great.
I didn't care. It was exciting. It's how I
Yeah.
got turned on to Ring of
Me.
Honor. Like that was like the first show that I watched. That first pay per view was
Respect
the first
the
Ring of
sir.
Honor show. Yeah, that was the first Ring of Honor show I watched. So for me, it was still exciting to see something
We
new.
should probably do that. Go around and what was your first experience with Ring of Honor and such? We should probably do that.
Yeah, for,
I
like I
think
said,
a lot of
definitely
us
for me
we
for sure.
respect
Was
his
that.
earn. I think a lot of us his respect is earned because there was people that
Yeah,
are from the areas where Ring of Honor would go to a lot in like New York, and they'd be like, "You got to check this out." So we take the feeler, and then it was like, "Well, I'm hooked on this now. I don't need to watch. I don't need to watch Reverse Battle Royals on Thursdays on Spike or anything like that." So.
The first ROH show I watched was Manhattan Mayhem 2005 because Josh used to do these things called Q&As where he would literally answer every single question
He would.
that people would ask him, and I asked him, just give me 5 DVDs because again, Jim, that's my because Jim, according to Jim, since I could buy 5 ROH DVDs at once, I'm a rich person. And,
And it had sales. They had sales all the time, like 40% off if you buy 10
No,
all the
dude.
time.
no, we marked
Yeah,
out for
yeah.
25, man.
No, it was there was the
It
was a
33%
50%
off in
off.
2007, and we all went
But-
crazy for that.
I asked Josh, what 5 shows should I buy? I'm trying to get into this stuff because I'm seeing TNA's bad and WWE's bad, and I want something different. He was like, Manhattan Mayhem 2005, Final Battle 2005, Super Card of Honor, the first one, Final Battle 2006, and Lord Bronner 5 Night 2. And then I was just like, oh my God, this is what I've been looking for because it was like this pure, serious product. Except for Colt Cabana and Delirious, but still, it was awesome sports-based wrestling, which is what I was searching for. Which TNA, because TNA had fucking Devon and God, what was that fucking awful match?
Listen, I enjoyed it.
Okay,
So you
hold
don't have
on.
to talk bad about it, okay?
Like the match that made me
Like your wrestling or watch your wrestling. That's what Tony Khan says, and that's what I did back in 2007 before
I'm
we even
telling
knew
my
he existed.
story, Brandon. Shut the
That's
fuck
fine.
up.
I
Okay.
just respect TNA, you know what I'm saying?
The match that made me stop watching Impact, because I would still watch the pay-per-views with you guys. We would also watch the TNA pay-per-views because we were masochists. But the match that made me stop watching Impact television was Homicide and Rick Steiner versus Kip Sop and Brother Devon. And it was just a horror. And I was
I
like,
don't even remember that.
don't watch it. It's bad. And that was
Let's
the
go back
point
and watch it.
where
Probably it's on Impact Plus.
yeah, and it was just like I can't do this. This is just a waste of my time. I could be doing something else, anything
I don't
else other
even
than watching
remember
this. Dude, don't watch it. It's bad. But we would still watch the TNA. Like we didn't stop watching the TNA pay-per-views really until Victory Road 09. That was like the last.
I
one
love how we
watched
turned this
together
into a
as group.
TNA conversation.
Yeah.
We're talking about
Let's
her.
bury TNA.
but I think Victory Road 09 killed it for us as a group because that was just
Gentleman Rascal.
How dare you disrespect the legend Jenna Maraska? How dare you?
but
Wait, didn't the Jeff Hardy thing happen on that same show?
Yeah,
that was-
I think
that's
so.
11.
That was years
2011.
That was 2011.
Oh, it's 2011?
Yeah, that was
Okay.
it was Victory Road 2011.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, I
So
was
another
sick of TNA.
eras. Yeah.
I was telling my
Yeah, fuck
story.
TNA.
Anyways. But yeah, I was sick of TNA, and I wanted, and then that's when I got into Ring of Honor, and then I downloaded Skype and found you guys, and then we just watch. Like, there's nothing more fun to me than watching wrestling with people who are also passionate about it. Like,
Absolutely.
Like-
Absolutely.
And
being,
And
the
should
thing about like us all getting together is it was a lot of chase, but he came second. Originally, it was what's his name from the UK?
Oliver.
Oh,
Oliver
Oliver
Scott.
Scott, my
Oliver.
dog,
Oliver
yeah.
Scott.
Oliver was like the first one to get everybody together, and then Chase kind of like took it up afterwards and went crazy with it. But yeah, but Marquine, what was the first one you got?
Well, I was in a pawn shop and War of the Wire was just there. And dude was like, yeah, you can get this for $6. And this was 2005? Like January 2005. And I think that was Homicide, Steve Carino. That's the one with Steve Carino lost the hearing in his ear and all that. And I was like, man, this is kind of like ECW. But then I stopped watching. I just stopped watching. I would check in, but I wouldn't watch. Then I found out they were getting pay-per-view from Josh because I stopped watching. And I was like, all right, let me check out Respect is Earned. And I was in after that. I was in.
Fun.
Jim, that's your cue again. You're the next in.
Oh yeah.
Failed
So, yeah,
again.
my,
Oh my God.
experience in ROH was Josh, and it was like late 2006, and the Video Wires, and Respect is Earned was my first show, and it was made my pro wrestling fandom come back because forget sports entertainment and that Impact thing in Canada now or wherever it is.
Minor
That
correction.
was that was what brought us all together, and man, it was buying ROH DVDs from there. Jeez, it was crazy.
And a new way of tabulating money was formed.
Yes.
Yes, and ROH DVDs. And this is an inside joke if y'all don't get it. Maybe
Okay,
Chase
so-
will explain it.
For me, it's Respect is Earned. I mean, I think for them, I think they should really be proud of that pay-per-view because it's nowhere near the best one.
No,
It's
No.
really just this is what's different, and you can go check it out. You can watch Morishima and BJ Whitmer and this guy named Brian Danielson and Nigel McGuinness and all that the Briscoes, and you just get the introduction, and then they did a good job of building up their product and DVD sales through the Video Wire, which Jim brought up, which I thought at the time they were one of the first promotions that capitalized on YouTube when YouTube was still fresh and hot. And you know, as we've mentioned, TNA, they were as well another company that did a great job of that. But Ring of Honor did a great job doing that. And then it just progressed on to the stories, and you had to buy the DVDs, and it worked out. And I was hooked. And before you know it, you got like crates of DVDs coming to your house every once in a while. And you're like, I think I have a problem. I'm 18.
Yeah.
I'm just wasting all my day job money on Ring of Honor on the history. And I think as well, Chase was also very good at like, oh, let's check out this show from 4 years ago or whatever. And you're like, oh, okay. And see these characters grow that are now at a different spot. I think that was a big thing for seeing the company grow and talent grow in that company.
I just want to quickly recognize. Yeah, there you go. Our boy Honor Hammer is in the chat. Just wanted to say what's up.
He probably should be on here, but you know.
Okay, he came in later. Okay, he came in with Big Rat. All right, this is the OG chat. He's
Okay.
He's still
All
familiar,
right.
you know what I'm saying?
The
But he
same
said
with
he said
Gilbert.
them being
I know-
mentioned in
I
Impact
know
kind of piqued his
Gilbert and
interest.
LV were both hot about not being here, but y'all weren't there in 07. Y'all came later. All right, this is the 07 crew. All right.
That's funny. That's
And we're
hilarious.
still missing probably what, like 6 people, right?
Oh, God.
Mike.
Okay, Mike, Jared,
Jared, yeah.
Gilbert, Neil Carter, Rev J Stan. Y'all probably don't even remember that one. I do.
Rev J Stan, no.
That was an awesome dude, and he disappeared off the face of the earth.
Well, hopefully he's okay.
I'm trying to think. MB was quasi though, because he was kind of in, kind of out.
He was Skype superstar.
He was just cool with everybody.
I'm gonna ignore that last comment, chat, where I'm not even gonna acknowledge that. Okay.
Amen.
Anyways, Brandon, what was your first?
It was
Yeah,
Respect is Earned. Now, I wasn't like, I enjoyed the show, but I wasn't like 100% sold on Ring of Honor after watching it. It wasn't until Driven and seeing like Danielson and McGuinness. It's just like,
Oh
that
fuck,
right there
Giver!
sold it for
I
sure.
forgot about Giver. Shit.
Oh yeah, that was my dude, man. That was my...
Giver's great.
Jim's playing the role of giver on this call because he's probably, yeah, you pretty much summed it up right there. Yeah.
The legend. Shout out my Canadian brother. Yeah, he pretty much summed it up
Oh
right there.
man,
That's all he
That was his moment, and he blew it.
What?
What are your thoughts on
Fucking
this
blow
one?
it, Jeff.
Pretty much just summed it up right there.
Oh,
I
man.
wasn't there, and I knew
The red rooster rap.
Oh
No.
god.
Is
No.
it bad that I know the words?
No.
Okay, so
On
my
AB's
first one
Skype chat. Yeah.
was actually the very first show, The Era of Honor Begins. And I got it on retail. I actually got it, I think it was an FYI, I think, or something like that. I got it in a store. I saw it. I had heard of Ring of Honor, but I'd never really watched it. I got it and was like, okay, this is as good as everyone said it was. And this was probably a 2-year-old DVD by that point, and just started slowly, like, kind of finding what was the best shows and just watching those and stuff. Like there's an early show with Muda on it that I got. There was the stuff with Eddie that I got. Anything like that. And then just, like Punk came, and then Joe came, and then it just exploded after that. I mean, if you were around at the time when it really like got hot, was after Joe and Kobashi, because that just brought in a whole different crew of people who were watching it. Because before that, it was just kind of like, oh, this is kind of cool. It's got a lot of young people, like young guys, really good wrestling, but it wasn't like, it didn't like, people weren't like crazy about it. And then the Kobashi match happened, and then people went crazy because it was Kobashi, and of course people
I had heard Kobashi was coming, but I didn't know how to watch the show. And I was like, man, I kind of want to see Kobashi in America. And I didn't know how to watch the show. I didn't know until years later that you had to buy the DVD. I had no idea.
How did you find out about it?
Because Meltzer put it in the Observer that Kobashi was coming.
Gotcha. But he didn't necessarily mention how to.
But yeah, he didn't necessarily say I had to buy the DVD to see it. Like,
Sure.
you know how Dave is, man.
Yeah.
The nerve.
Yeah.
There is an interview on the website in the archives of Gabe saying like that was the biggest show at that point. And like if that show failed, maybe Ring of Honor fails in 2005.
Yeah, but I mean,
absolutely.
I think also it showed, like, because if you go back and you watch it, like Kobashi's basically just, I don't want to say being lazy, but he's doing the least amount he can do while beating up Joe, and Joe is just taking it and enjoying it. And it's awesome for that reason. But also the crowd is just like insane because they're like, we're getting to see him finally. So, but yeah, that's kind of like how I went. And the thing is, when I first got on YouTube, and I've always said this, it was more to let people know that, there were alternatives, because, and I know Markeem is like this,
Come on.
growing up and just
What are you
being
doing?
able to see numerous promotions, and then being stuck with like WWE at the time, and New Japan was just like not good. I think that's the thing people don't remember, is that New Japan was also really not good.
Horrible.
It was
At the
not
time.
good. And while Noah was good, it wasn't deep, because you had the split with All Japan. So it was like, after you got past like the first 2 matches, it was like a bunch of guys that you didn't really care to watch. So you had all of that too. So it was like kind of what Chase said. The wrestling was very cold, and you had like Dragon Gate, but the problem with Dragon Gate has always been the problem with Dragon Gate, is that people will watch it and then you get burnt out on it like really quick, because it's like, it's really good, but you're like, it doesn't feel like something you have to watch, unfortunately. So yeah,
I disagree, but go ahead, Josh.
you're one of the
You're
few people
you.
though.
I mean, you need Adderall to watch a full Dragon Gate show. You need
Markeem, I know Dragon Gate is your favorite. We won't diss it, man. Not diss it.
I'm just saying that it's easy to get burnt out on it, where it's just like, okay, I've got to like take a step back, because everybody every year on the Observer Awards, that's what happens, is that they always get like, everyone's always like,
Yeah,
oh,
I know.
and then they rank like the 5th as best promotion, and everyone's like, wait a minute, that's not right. So, but it's because just no one thinks about them. But anyways, but yeah, I think, and then of course just the legacy, like we were talking about the tape the tape library, just how many guys came through Ring of Honor, not just when the Gabe era, but then after the Gabe era, and they just continually found like the next top guys. I mean, when you look at like even in WWE, I mean, Roman is really the only, well now Big E, but they're like it when you look at the top guys who didn't like have a stay at least in Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of what everyone remembers, and and then like you guys said, like AEW happened, and I think AEW was always what everyone wanted Ring of Honor to be, and once that happened, I think that people were like, okay, I don't have to watch Ring of Honor anymore. And then also the fact that they were so cold didn't help, and just the dominoes were in place, I think. So
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's like Ring of Honor was AEW before then, and like the landscape for wrestling wasn't as hot. Like, sure, they got an HD net, but you had to have HD net, and like 8 people had HD net.
I was one of the 8.
Yeah. I think I was too at the point in time too before it left my glorious country. But you had to have that, and they had moments where they're building, and then just something would happen. Like, remember pay-per-views and missing out on finishes because
Go Fight Live.
Yeah, Go Fight Live. That tanked them at a moment where they were really surging.
The 2013
Final Battle
WrestleMania weekend
2009.
show, whatever that one was, that was the Jay Briscoe title win, and it cut out like 5 minutes before it happened. I was so pissed, and that was like.
Hey, what was that final battle with the horrible audio problems?
Final
Remember
Battle
that?
2009.
That was the first
one.
one.
Yeah, the first one.
Santa Maria.
But you know what? It was better than waiting the 2 months for the pay-per-view to come out. So
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to tell a quick aside, just to date us all here. I was the first one of us to get an HD TV, and Jim likes to do this voice if he remembers this incident. And I was the first one to buy Royal Rumble in HD. And my mom walked in when Ric Flair took his robe off. And Jim, what did she say, Jim? Because she did the.
Oh Lord, Ric Flair has back titties. Oh Lord,
I forgot all about that.
yeah, I remember that today, Chase. Before I got to work, I'm glad you brought that up. Oh Lord, Ric
God.
Flair has back titties.
Like, we have so many fucking inside joke stories. It's just between us. I had to bring that
Man,
up.
we could do a whole YouTube video on inside jokes.
Oh god. But yeah, it was like I thought the HD Net show was like so much better than their pay-per-views. Like Mike Hogwood brought an energy to the product.
Oh,
no,
Rest
rest
in
in
peace,
peace,
Mike Hogwood.
Rest in peace,
Oh.
goat, man.
Yeah, R.I.P. Hogwood.
Slap the
energy to the
porpoise,
product.
baby.
Porpoise, man.
That I feel bad for Lenny Leonard because he's having a bad time right now. But he never had the genuine enthusiasm Hogwood had. And like, if you have someone that's like genuinely enthusiastic, like Jim Ross when he's on, not right now, Jim Ross, but like a month or two ago, Jim Ross, it just helps your product so much. And it was just like something that ROH never had on their DVDs. It was just like an enthusiastic comment. It always felt like someone's like, I got to go in this dark room for 3.5 hours.
Yeah, Prazak and Leonard. Yeah.
Prazak and Leonard, or Gabe, but back in the day when he was doing commentary.
Yeah.
Like, there's just like, of course, we're looking backwards at like so many things that could have done better, and we're like talking about how they're about to die. Like, I don't know. I don't even know if I want to watch Final Battle. Do you guys want to watch Final Battle just to see it?
I think I
I-
will. I think I do. Yeah.
I think we should get on.
I was going to watch it
I
anyway.
think we should
though.
get on here and do a stream on there. Find that.
Well, shit,
Watch it.
Jim. Now you're writing checks. Maybe our asses don't want to cash said checks.
Why
Well, I mean,
to pick the worst dates for pay-per-views?
Yeah.
What was it, December 13th?
Is it the 13th or the 18th?
let me look. Hold on.
No, you can't look. You got a fucking phone.
You also got to work.
I got the computer right in front of me.
December 11th.
Okay.
Oh, head-to-head with the final UFC pay-per-views.
Oh,
Oh,
Jesus.
my
They're gonna
God.
get murdered. That sounds like a shit Claire move.
That sums up all of this. That sums up everything we're talking about right there. I didn't even know
Good
that.
old shit Claire.
Jesus,
I think
man.
that's been half the issue for me at least. It's
Yeah.
like I want to get into Ring of Honor again, but I can't. I don't want to watch it live, and then it's like, God, these shows are just—they're good. The wrestling's good, but I can't invest.
There's no like life to it. It's just so like it's like hard to watch. Just like trying to watch New Japan right now, where it's like you'll have like great matches, and you're like, do I really want to keep watching this? Because it's like.
And then just like
the
so
G1
many,
took so much out of me, man.
yeah, and
It
then
really
this is
did.
a bummer, man. You're watching that final, I'm like, okay, let me watch a match. Like I've watched as far as like G1, I've probably watched maybe 10 matches total. And that happens, I'm just like, dude, another bummer. Here we go with something else again. It's just it sucks for them, man.
Bit beyond snake bit all year. So
yeah, super snake bit. Jeez.
Hopefully next year's better. Hopefully.
Maybe they'll be able to come over and help Ring of Honor with their shows.
Super card.
Please, Brandon.
I'm saying, maybe, man. I want to keep it alive, man.
Like if they do those shows, I'm really curious, like what those shows are going to be like because.
Okay. So
What?
we haven't talked about like so everybody's released for the contract now, and they can't sign till past final battle, right?
No, they said they can
Oh,
sign.
they can sign now.
Well, they're all released.
Okay.
They just have
So
to-
it's like-
Hold on. What did you say, Josh?
they can sign. The caveat is they have to be able to make the TV tapings, and they have the last TV tapings, and they have to be available for the pay-per-view. That's the only thing. They can go. But they can sign
The
wherever
big
they want.
rumor is that TK has already signed a bunch of people. That's the big
Yeah.
rumor.
Yeah. So it's like, who's going to be left by April 2020?
It'll
You can get Silas Young. I know he'll be there.
Yeah, and not Taylor.
Last room.
I think what you'll have is
This fool.
you'll basically be a GCW show
Mhm.
with the people that GCW doesn't use because of the deathmatch people that they have that they're loyal to. I think that's what you're going to have. It's just going to be like a GCW or maybe more of a PWG. I think it's going to, since it's WrestleMania weekend and AEW won't be running that. I think it's going to be dependent on what talent they can get, as far as what we get, and that's kind of what I'm curious to see. Because if it's basically like, hey, we're just going to do a PWG show, and they can do an iPay-per-view like that, I mean, that's just going to be crazy. Because I think it'll just be more of a do we really need PWG now type of moment, which I think has been the deal for since they haven't been running shows and people realize that we really, how important is PWG now.
If they would just stream, then we wouldn't feel that way. If they would just stream their shit, man. Gotta wait 3 months for these DVDs and Blu-rays and shit.
Go talk to freaking Super Dragon and tell him he needs to be putting that crap up on High Spots TV.
He's like,
I think
Talk to
everyone
Super
tells
Dragon.
him that, Josh.
What?
I think everyone tells him that, Josh. The only person that doesn't think it'll work is Super Dragon.
Yeah, well,
Stuck in his
welcome to
ways.
2021 Super Dragon. Come on.
Like
Yeah,
PS
you got
Power,
a
stuck in his
2007
ways.
Dragon. Jesus, man.
We just talked about when Ring of Honor started streaming their pay-per-views, and that was like
12
forever.
years ago. 12 years ago now.
And it was like, okay, well, because of the talent they use, they can't do that. And then it was very evident now with GCW that, well, that's not the case. You can start doing that now. So why aren't you doing it? So,
Well, yeah, because Fight is basically the grown-up version of Go Fight Live, only their shit works all the time. Like I've
Yeah,
never
that shit was good.
Yep.
So you have a platform, you can get the product out there, you can buy the one-off or subscribe, whatever it may be. But yeah, you gotta, if you're PWG, you gotta get these shows out there.
and it's not like PWG doesn't have, they can't put their crap up on, High Spots TV. It's not like there.
Yeah.
So especially when High Spots TV started streaming stuff, it was like, why are you not doing this?
They have the library, but why don't they put the newer stuff out?
I think that's like they wait a year, right?
Yes, something weird.
I tell you who'll be at that Super Card of Honor show. Danhausen, he's available.
I don't know.
I don't think, dude.
Yeah,
He's got a lot of buzz, man.
Yeah,
Well,
would-
good for him.
And he's paying the Jericho.
He's one of those dudes that's rumored to be signed already.
Yeah,
He's one of them.
he's probably going to be Mr. AEW Dark. I would not be shocked.
Good for him.
He's got a great gimmick, and he's really charismatic. He just can't work
At all.
Then he should go to NXT 2.0. He'd be perfect.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So unfortunately, he's too small.
I think he's too old for NXT 2.0.
Yeah, he's over 30. Yeah.
Well, that's true. He also
are you sure?
bodybuild.
Are you sure?
He also
he's
didn't
been around. Like he wrestled for like 5 years before he ever like did the down.
No, I'm saying, are you sure he's too old? Because they just had 31. A young guy lose to the oldest dude in the team.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, I mean, I think that's the big question: is who gets?
Yeah, we can't call him Rex Steiner. We can't call him Rex.
No,
Steiner.
No, he does everything Steiner like.
But apparently, like Chucky can make like Steiner jokes with him. But of course, the rumor now is it's because Rick Steiner owns the copyright, so they don't want to play that game, which is stupid.
And they hate Scott Steiner too. The WWE.
Oh my god! I hate that company. All right, y'all. Let's
Fox Sports Entertainment. That's all I'm just saying. Jesus Christ. Anyway, we should get back to ROH talk. We're kind of.
So, when did you guys stop watching it generally? I know I said it was after pretty much Glory by Honor in 2010, after Pierce got fired and Jim Cornette took over, and I just didn't like the direction it was going, and I pretty much didn't watch a show for 3 years until I showed up
Kevin
in New
Steen
Orleans.
hostage crisis.
No, I did not watch a show until I showed
up with the lawyers.
After there goes Jim. What a shock! What a loss!
His phone died. He's got a call now.
Yeah. For boss, what the fuck you doing? Why are you yelling?
Why are you saying that? Fuck this work.
Oh man,
it was a legend.
Oh god, but yeah, from basically Glory by Honor in 2010 until the show I went to in New Orleans was I Get to Supercard of Honor with Adam Cole, and MSG was the big one for everybody. That's for WWE's crown jewel, but I'm talking about the first one, Eric.
Yeah,
I'll just show. Eric said MSG's when he stopped watching. But yes, that's my big one.
I think
that's my big one. But
because I think it was a little too much Bubba Ray, and
a little.
That fucking Enzo and Cass angle was so terrible.
Oh my god, man!
And then the fucking the beautiful people walk out, and it's just
silence,
dead
to
silence. Y'all are doing this for real? Y'all doing this?
I never watched that show back.
Oh my god!
I only watched it live.
Me too.
I was like, are we really doing this? I mean, this guy couldn't book in
Impact,
and now you're gonna try to let him book here. This is not okay. And I kind of wonder if that was kind of maybe the last straw also for New Japan, was you're gonna let this dude book who apparently
I mean, they never got.
Who is 0 for 3 everywhere he's been booking.
Yeah.
I mean,
they never got a big star ever again after that, did they?
They tried with Matt Taven, but
I think they got. No, I'm talking about never got a big star after New Japan.
From no, yeah. No.
I think Naito came to the UK shows, right? And that was it.
He was in Canada too.
Okay. I'm talking about post MSG.
I feel like they probably had. I can't remember, but I feel like they probably had some people in there.
They had. Tanahashi.
Didn't they have they had Tanahashi one time, I do believe.
Yeah.
After that.
And didn't they have Okada at some point?
I don't think so. I don't think past MSG.
Yeah, like I said, they got the B level.
Oh my god, Jim. Jesus Christ.
They got the B level talent, like I said. Nagata. The Clark, the young boys getting their first experience, that's what you were getting as New Japan, mixed in with Shane Taylor and Mark Haskins and stuff like that. which was cool. I like to see those guys get a chance to thrive.
But I will give them props during that start when they actually started the combining those two shows together, especially like 2014. I went to War of the Worlds. That show was freaking awesome, and like that partnership just only grew and grew. Like for that time period, those couple years, it was really strong and really exciting for sure. But like you said, near the end, they were just definitely sending over the B-level talent, and definitely wasn't as good.
I will say my fandom of Ring of Honor had a little bit of a kick towards that like 2014, but I got to watch Ring of Honor through my wife's eyes. Now my girlfriend, like she had the best time at Ring of Honor. She thought Ring of Honor was so fun, and she loved like the matches. She's like, this is way better than WWE. And I thought, well, I mean, I know
it is, but
I know this, and I talked with you people. We all knew this, but this is a person that I would think would never like any of that stuff, and was a big fan of it. And I told her on Thursday that Ring of Honor is like dead, and she was crushed, like all of us. She was crushed and devastated.
My wife was the same way because we went to one show in Oklahoma City, and she was like, "This is so much more fun," and also the fact that she noticed, she was like, "This is a completely different vibe," because of the people that were there, and I was like, "Yeah, that's one of the things when you go to like a show like this. It's just a completely different crowd. It's a different vibe. It's a different and like she enjoyed like the Briscoes. She absolutely loved the Briscoes. That was when trying to think of who else she really liked. Dalton Castle. She absolutely loved Dalton Castle at the time, and that would have been like 2000.
About 15?
14? 14, maybe 14. I'm trying to remember. But she had a great time, and we've been to like some Raws and SmackDowns, and she got to the point where like she was like, "You can take my oldest daughter." She was like, "You can take her, but I don't want to go anymore. It's just boring. I just sat there and like I don't like any of it, especially being there live. It's just like, it's not fun." And so.
But yeah, Chase's question was, when did you kind of tune out? I think it was
around
this. I think it was around the same point with the Kevin Owens thing and whatever. Like that was a weird angle with him and Jim Cornette that they were really marketing as like edgy and hard. But
with the lawyers, I can't get over that bit.
It started hot though. It started hot, and it just turned ridiculous.
It had its moments when he showed up at the show, and like that was like the one highlight of that. Well, not the one highlight pay-per-view, but just when he showed up, that was like a really hot moment. But yeah, it was definitely up and down for sure. Cornette was a big part of that.
I mean, I thought when they had Pierce, Canceled Man, and Cornette, that triumvirate of creative team, it was probably like the peak of Dave Lagana for the uninitiated. I thought that was like the peak of their powers because the TV show was flowing into the DVDs, which was flowing into the pay-per-views, and like everything was in sync. And
they were growing.
Oh God, he's got to do his rounds. He's got to do his rounds.
I'm trying to get a better connection. I went outside, so sorry about that.
Man,
and I got a phone call.
They got a better connection.
It's not any better. It's not any better, Jim.
Jim, you should brought your home personal laptop to work or something. You know the way.
I don't have a camera, so I'm just kind of trying to get a better connection. Sorry about that. And I got a phone call.
You know this. He spends all his money on alcohol and ROH DVDs. He can't afford a camera.
He should keep Ring of Honor in business buying the tape library at this rate.
Right?
Hey, we need to root for Tony Khan to get that tape library though.
Oh my God!
If Vince gets that thing,
it'll never see the light of day.
They have no use for it other than just to have it. Because if you put that thing on Peacock, you're probably going to get a handful of extra subscribers to Peacock for having Ring of Honor library, maybe. And then even the people who have Peacock right now, they're only watching the new stuff. They're not going to watch any of the old stuff. So they don't need it.
They don't exactly. They don't need it. They needed it like 5 years ago when they had, Joe Punk. They could have done the rise and fall of Ring of Honor DVD or the story of Ring of Honor DVD or special, whatever. Now they don't need it. Now it's AEW that needs it because they got all the guys that built Ring of Honor. They could literally tell the story there with them.
And how much is All In worth? That's the thing, because you know they want that show.
You gotta edit. You gotta edit that show, Tad. You know,
No, I don't. Why would you need to edit it?
a certain thing after
Yeah,
a certain match.
Oh, yeah. You gotta wipe that clean. You gotta wipe that
I went back on Fight and watched the match.
Match.
I watched that match with Hangman and
Did they already
Joey
do it?
Janela. No. But I
It's still
forgot
there?
about it. I forgot
Oh,
about
you
it when it
forgot
popped up.
about
I was
it.
like, oh
Oh.
my god. Yeah, they gotta take that part off for sure. But they need that show.
There he goes again.
It's fine. But yeah, I mean they because if they want to do a like this is how we started, this is what the whole thing, you have to have that library. There's just no way around it. So
Like, to me, it's really shitty that all AEW has, like, every time they use audio from that Cody promo, it's from a fucking fan cam from the audience. When it's like, you have this shot, and it's just sitting there. It's like, that never got put out. That promo he cut after All In, even though they shot it, it's never been released publicly, I don't think, has it?
I don't think so. Because they did the show, and then it was like the show never existed. So
Okay, that's another thing we could talk about. It's like the downfall of Cody Rhodes from that point to now, but that's a whole different subject that has nothing to do with this. Because he was like babyface of all baby faces at that show, and now he's like,
He didn't have a downfall from that show. He was still going up even with AEW.
Yeah.
I'm talking about from then to now in terms of public perception.
but
he's so cringe now, though, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But I'm saying, I feel like it got even higher when AEW. But yeah, there was definitely a downfall since then for sure.
Yeah.
100%.
Him and his wife, cringe, man.
Did you find the robber, Jim? Did you find him?
Oh, Brandy's so cringe.
Did you get the man?
Yeah, for
Jim?
real, man.
Did I get what?
Did you find him? I mean,
What?
somebody.
Oh
moved
yeah,
on the
yeah. I
cameras.
tackled him and beat the shit out of him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
He does look like he just got done tackling and arrested someone.
Yeah. Okay, this is like the 2000 setup rib ever. Oh,
What?
Jesus.
What's that in the background? Bad boys, bad boys.
Oh, that's
What's he gonna do?
Hey man, you gotta do what you gotta do to get good connection, man. You know?
Leave your job.
He's gonna get fired, man. Like, this is it.
I will never get fired. I do what I want when I want. Woo!
All right,
fired?
Steve Austin.
You know who gets fired? People that say that.
Out loud.
I do what I
Yell
want
that
whenever I
shit.
want. And then you are on the unemployed.
Do you guys want to put some bets on it?
Then we see
No.
a long arm just tap him on the shoulder.
I'll
I
bet you
think
my
Ring of Honor
honor.
lasts longer than you.
Oh my.
Oh!
That's what this is.
Christ.
Oh.
Man, they didn't make it to 20. They didn't make it to
No.
20.
They'll make it to 20 technically if they're
Technically,
still
yeah.
technically.
They can just do the
That-
anniversary
that
show and then
sucks,
that'll be
man.
the wrap.
our team kind of brought this up, but if you're Tony Khan and you're looking at that roster, who do you go for? That is not one of the big names that everyone figures they're going to go
No,
for.
even the big names, because some of those big names might not be picked up.
We
Gotta
got
go
the
for
Briscoes
Jonathan
argument?
Gresham. One. Jonathan
Yeah, the
Gresham,
main thing is Briscoes.
Yeah, the
Like, I would love to see the
Briscoes,
Briscoes, but I don't think they will go to AEW.
You don't think so? Why not?
Because
Really? Wow.
what Jay said years ago, man, I think that's
8
going to
years
come back to
ago.
haunt
I mean,
It is
I don't
Oh,
know.
come on.
man.
It's going to come back to haunt him, man.
Look,
I
man.
don't know.
What
He
defense-
apologized for it. You know, it's
Did he?
kinda-
I don't
Yeah, he
know.
apologized.
I didn't
What?
hear that.
How many years ago was that, man? That
This
was
was
like
what?
10 years ago?
was-
I can't remember.
That was
Okay.
forever.
It was
I do
harsh.
agree with this comment from New Yorker Anon. Brody King is a lock. I also agree. Brody King's a lock. That
Brody
tag
King.
team will form, and I cannot wait to see Aleister Black and Brody King versus Lucha Bros. That's gonna be
Who's
fucking
Aleister
great.
Black?
Yeah, they'll
Wait, Chase,
probably
you
be
mean
Malachi
the,
Aleister Black. You mean
God damn
Malachi
it.
Black.
Malachi.
they'll probably be the team that beats them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a sick team in the House of Black.
Well, you need Gresham because I need Gresham and Dragon.
Obviously.
I just need to see that. Like, I just need to see that.
Obviously,
in
I
terms of the
think-
technical.
Dragon Lee probably.
Okay, so you're looking for an underrated name that I think is really
Yeah.
solid. Is Eli Isom? I think
Oh, yeah.
he's got a lot of potential, and he's getting somewhere. But if he doesn't get dates because of this shit, it's like, is he going to continue to grow on the path that he has been? Because he's like the only one of those ROH dojo guys that's like amounted to anything since then. 'Cause
Yeah.
a lot of them have been really small, skinny geeks.
Right
And
leg.
oh god, Andy Right Leg Ridge,
Hey, that's my
the
guy,
original
man.
blue pants,
The original blue pants. That's my guy.
Chelsea Green, yeah, I can see that happening. I can see that.
Roxy. I could see Roxy.
Oh, Roxy's.
I've heard
Same,
good things
Jim.
about her.
Same.
AEW already tried to call Roxy in. But yeah,
Oh yeah, Trisha Dora, definitely.
Trisha Dora,
yeah.
AEW needs some women. I'll say that they need some women who can work because Penelope.
See, I
Ford
don't
ain't
know
working
about
out
I
Michael
said they
on
don't need
Yeah.
women. They could just use some workers for sure, but
Yeah.
they
I
got a
would-
good roster.
They just
Bring
need-
in Roxy.
Oh, yeah, bring her in.
Bring her in. I like her.
Josh, you haven't said anything.
I think Roxy would be good. I think, like I said before, I think all of Shane Taylor Productions as a whole, without question, I think would be good. And other than that, I would love to see the Briscoes there because I think them versus them and Bucks feud would be amazing. Just them just unleashing on each other, I think would be great. I think them and of course FTR would be amazing.
Proud and powerful, man.
I think them too. I think that too would be something else. Grisham, of course, because there's like 15 guys.
Murderous road guys they don't have now.
And then also with the fact that they're working with New Japan, you can actually get Grisham and Zack Sabre Jr. Which that's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for that Zack Sabre Jr. Bryan Danielson feud, which we will get. There is no question in my mind now. And I think that's it. I think I've seen a lot of people bring up I can't think of his name.
Dalton Castle?
Not Castle.
Lethal?
Jay Lethal. I think Lethal
Yeah.
probably
He's
goes
the
back
most
to
underrated guy in the last decade to me.
Yeah, but
overall.
it goes back to I think
Yeah, Jay Lethal's going back to Impact. I think. I agree. With that.
yeah. I
I
think
think he's going to AEW.
there's like a ton of other guys in AEW that are just as good as him who are younger, and so I don't think you need him. And I don't think there's any matches in AEW people are going to be like, oh, I want to see that match. I think unless he's willing to be in the
Enhancement type deal.
Sedell, yeah, unless he wants to be Sedell. I don't think he would want to do that. So,
No, Eric.
what did Eric say?
Josh Woods? Nah.
No.
I don't think so either.
No. I mean, that's a guy that'll probably be around for Supercard of Honor. Yeah.
Let me go ahead and
Tony
let me put
Deppen,
Phil's
my
comment
boy.
in. Put Phil's comment in. What do you think about what's his name? Phil's boy, Mike Maria.
Maria.
Mike
Mike
Bennett.
Bennett.
Yeah.
Mike Bennett.
Mike Bennett and
Um,
Maria. That could be interesting.
Do you all like the whole thing about him is like the whole time we all thought he was tailor made for WWE, and then he
went there.
he went there.
and they didn't do shit with him and they treated him like a joke. They gave him a cuck angle, and it's like what the fuck.
Well, hey, they did the same thing with Miro. So eventually, and it's like, so I think he'd be fine there. I think he'd be fine mid card guy in AEW. I think he's another one like that will probably go to Impact. Because
I think Bandito's a lock too. No one said his name.
Oh well, he's already got like GCW for the entire month of December. God. That dude is so fucking great. Like I just remember, like whenever that main event at All In got their time cut, and they're just like, "Oh shit, what are we gonna do? Give it all to Bandito," and he just fucking ran out of the park with it.
I'm wondering. See, if he goes somewhere, someone has to start like getting his mask like to where you can buy it, even if it's a cheap version of his mask because it's such a unusual mask. But
COVID's safe too.
yes,
Oh man.
I mean, Japan's at fucking 75% vaccination rate. Why the fuck are they still clapping? We ain't even got 50. We ain't even 60 yet.
Yeah,
We're
no.
yelling and screaming in crowds. What the hell, man? I'm frustrated.
But it's
Whatever.
Japan. It's Japan.
The rumor is that
They are
Final Gate, Dragon Gate's going to give it a chance with the fans yelling and stuff. So we're gonna see. We'll see how this goes.
it's a meat-free country. So and culture.
But we
That's the
already
nicest way to
know
put it.
if you're vaccinated and wear a mask, which you and I did at
Yes.
All Out,
Yes.
you don't get sick.
I understand. I'm just saying that.
That was really fun because I was paying attention to the Tron and nobody was paying attention
Oh,
to
yes.
the Tron, and I saw the King flash up on the screen, and I was like the only person in the section mark it out.
It was too loud. You couldn't even hear
Yeah.
his
I was
music.
talking to Mark Ramondi when it happened, and I said, "Yo," I just kind of left without even saying goodbye. It was very rude of me.
But yeah, I mean, Ring of Honor overall, they have a really solid roster. It's just no one's. I mean, Danhausen's got some. I guess Danhausen's got the most buzz, but it's like a YouTube
Yeah, it's not like
social media buzz. It's not a draw money buzz.
or it's a comedy buzz. It's not a. It's not. You can't push
It's
it.
not a. It clearly wasn't helping the company.
Right, but
That and they couldn't even do his spot because of the song.
right.
Oh yeah.
But we'll see. We will see. I think we'll see very quickly. Honestly, I think where people will show up. I think if anyone that's going to be in AEW, I think will be there like real quick, or at least, well, maybe not real quick. Maybe after the next pay-per-view, after Full Gear. So
Well, Chase was calling for like
Whoa,
What
Jim.
the hell?
What the hell?
Somebody.
What is going on, Jim?
I said, am I lagging? Am I lagging?
No, you're not lagging one bit.
I don't know
bud.
what you were, but that was something else.
Oh, wow, I froze
my
hella.
God.
Jeez.
This is
This
perfect,
connection is
by the way.
drizzling shits.
Perfect.
but yeah,
I apologize.
No, you're you.
I
No.
think
We wouldn't want anything else.
I think we'll see. I think we'll see people pretty quick, though. I think, as far as like on TV, but yeah, I mean, it's weird because I think that that ROH is finally done. But like I said, I think if you've watched for a while, it seemed like it was just kind of limping along, and then when it was evident that they were not going to recover after COVID, I think it was kind of inevitable that it was going to happen. And like everybody said, MSG, I think I don't want to say I think if MSG had happened, and then I don't think if COVID had happened, and you had that final battle afterwards, and then I think you would have seen much
Okay.
different product.
I'm going to make this point. MSG had a lot of mistakes on it, but they didn't course correct to make up for those mistakes. You look at AEW, the December 18th, 2019 ending angles with Nightmare Collective and fucking
Dark
Dark
Order.
Order.
Dark Order.
That was
Yeah.
a fucking
Order.
disaster, and
Train
they
wreck.
immediately course corrected,
Right.
and fixed and smoothed it all over. People don't even think about it. Same thing with
The bomb.
when the bomb didn't go off, and everybody's like, "Oh, they're dead." Oh, and immediately turned it into an angle, and immediately no-sold it and kept on going. Didn't act like it. Like ROH looked like they were shook for
Yes.
a long time after MSG, just not knowing what to do, not knowing anything, being like, "Oh shit, I guess."
How much of
Matt
that
Damon's out
was okay? We want this guy to be the booker. We don't want this guy to be the booker, and they had to realize that the guy they maybe didn't want to be the booker needed to be the booker.
It's,
How much of that? How much of it was that? Because it wasn't until like September that you started seeing things kind of change. After so, but yeah, I mean, speaking of the bomb, since we're all here, I have a question. Do you think they do that match again with
yes.
with the women, though?
Oh, with the
No.
women? I
No, I don't think so.
No.
Nah,
I
not with
mean-
women. Not with
Not
women.
with the women.
I
No.
Tony Khan already said they'll do it again eventually, but I think you gotta wait at least 2
They
years.
won't
not
do
1
it.
year.
Let's see like a women's cage match first, or
They won't do it until they finally do a stadium show. That's when they'll do it.
Actually,
They
yeah.
won't do it indoors again.
Yeah.
Oh, they're never indoors. I don't think they would be.
Look what happened to FMW when they came back.
Yeah,
That show was a disaster.
FMWE or whatever it's called.
This all those
Or
fucking
whatever.
bombs went off, and the fucking whole place filled with smoke. And they had to call the
Yeah.
fire department.
I saw that.
Yeah.
you can't be doing it
Yeah,
inside.
I think MSG was my last ROH show. And, going back to earlier, there was a great New Japan show, but sucked for ROH.
It's kind of crazy because like New Japan did exactly what they needed to do, and then the ROH stuff would start in silence. It was like, okay, let's.
It was very-
Naito and Ibushi's coming. We guess we got to sit through this ladder match.
I think that it was a lot like when Pierce took over and people were waiting to shit on it.
But it never came because it was
No,
good.
it never
It was
came.
better.
Right. I think it was the same thing here where people felt like what was going to happen. I think the bigger issue was that it wasn't like where Pierce where it never came. It was like it was worse than they thought it was going to be. I think was the thing because if you look at like the first couple of ROH, it was fine, and then you had that Bully Ray match, which was like, oh my god. And then you had the beautiful people, and then it was like after that people were done. They were completely done. I think if Taven had lost, I think if Skrull had won the title, I think people.
Oh, that crowd was ready to pop for that.
Right.
And
I
they
think
all-
I
they
think
just got silent.
people would have been like, okay, we can forgive the rest of the stuff. This will work. But that didn't happen. And then people were like, okay, this is going in a completely different direction than we want it to go in. And so,
yeah, it definitely killed the crowd.
yeah. But
Yeah,
that
not
was,
exciting at all.
They also
Or that Battle Royal Kenny King won, and we wanted like Liger and Buddha one last stand in that Battle Royal.
that makes sense. That kind of made sense, though. I mean, in
I love
the
that.
grand scheme of things, it made sense. Like I was mad, but I was probably mad in the right way. Just because it would have been cool, but what would you have done if either of those guys won? I mean, really, are you gonna
Give
have
Liger the title. Give Liger the belt.
yeah? What are you gonna do? I mean, that's, and you know that
Shit,
Muda's not,
you know what? Thinking about it, maybe they
Muda's
should
not
have.
gonna let Liger eliminating just because. So, it's. I was fine with that.
Jesus, Muda. I kind of hate that guy now.
Hey, the first match was fine, and when he won the title, it was fine.
I'm not doing this tonight, Josh. I'm not doing this.
Held on
I'm
to
not
that
doing this tonight.
He had to drop that title that very next match. That was the thing. It should have been,
Oh,
hey,
my
I won
God.
it. Now I'm gonna drop it. Not, let's go.
Oh,
match.
there he goes. There he goes.
He got to go do his
Action.
job.
Oh, I don't know where Juice went. I felt like he kept trying to say something, and then it disappeared.
Yeah, that's right. He's still here, so.
I'd see that.
But yeah, I don't. Like I said, it's going to be really interesting if they come back, like what it's going to be, especially since that GCW is probably going to have a insane show WrestleMania weekend. It's going to be.
Which one?
Yeah, because they put on.
I mean,
Okay,
they'll do like the whole round, but
Because they'll do
GCW
the
will have the big
Effie
super
thing.
show.
They'll do the Joey Janela. They got the
Then the
Josh
girls.
Barnett.
I bet they only do 4 shows though. I bet it's not like it has been. I bet they tone it down and do a bunch of like super duper shows. With, I don't think we'll get like the let's let everyone have a show. I don't think they'll do that.
Do you plan on going to those shows?
Me, I don't plan on it. No, at the moment, we will see though. We will see. We will see.
I mean, I
There's no
don't.
need for travel for WrestleMania.
I mean,
right
yeah.
now.
I mean, it's
I
like.
don't- It's a 3-hour drive for me, and I don't feel like going.
I mean, like, it would depend on like if there is anything else, because I'm not going to go for 2 nights of Mania. I'm not. That's just stupid. And depending on like if it's just the only things I want to see is GCW shows, I'm not going. I just watch it at home. But yeah.
Why are they doing 2 nights of Mania that are just as long as 1 night of Mania?
The talent wants. have more time for their
Yeah,
matches.
so we can get the same matches over and over again.
Nick Khan trying to get that money.
Yeah, before he sells WWE.
I mean, like,
Or
because
has-
there's probably going to be, instead of having one 8-hour show that kills the crowd, you'll have 2 4-hour shows. So
They kill the crowd.
that
It
kills-
just doesn't seem.
kill
It might
the
not kill the
crowd.
crowd, but like, I don't want to come 2 days for a show.
No.
Why can't you just do one 4-hour show and like, okay, I'm good.
Yes, exactly.
What?
Exactly.
What are you
Because
talking about, pal? I can't do one.
Because-
I gotta have
because
8 hours.
everyone got excited
No, we
about,
gotta have that
Showcase
now.
of Immortals.
about New Japan,
Such good
and then
shit.
well, if New Japan can do it, we can do it.
New
Yeah.
Japan shouldn't do it anymore. By the way,
No.
it shouldn't do it anymore.
The first year was cool, but
Yeah.
you
The
know,
second year, I love y'all know I love Jay White, but that was so contrived and weird to
I
get
did
to
like
that
that match.
point. You know what I mean?
match was good.
I would rather
Match is
I'd
awesome, but
I
damn,
would rather have an 8-hour New Japan show that I can probably watch the whole thing and be fine with than 2 nights of at least they learned their lesson with the Dash show. At least we're getting like a big show for the Dash show instead of it selling out in 2 seconds.
But the people that won't be there because
but how are you going to fill this whole belt mess in 3 nights? Like, what are you going to do? Like, it's 3 nights of this.
But the first okay, so you do Okada and
Shingo.
Osprey. No, you do Okada and Osprey on the first night.
And the
then
winner of that gets Shingo. What about the third night?
the third night's freaking it's a Dash show, so it doesn't matter.
that's
It's
it.
not-
But the crowd is huge.
Tanahashi.
You can't put on a Dash show in front of.
night.
What do you mean? That show sells out in like 2 seconds every year.
Those are the old days, Josh. Those are the old times. I don't know if it's going to sell out this year.
Well, I don't know because they're probably if people can actually go there,
Hmm.
that's the thing. We'll see. But you would think they would have already announced that. So we'll see. I'm just saying that I think that's why they're doing it. So, but I mean, the thing with New Japan to me, if we're gonna get onto New Japan, is that they need to start raiding the other companies. But that's not the Japan.
It's not. You know that's not going to happen.
I know.
You know?
But that's what they need to be doing because there's a lot of
Shingo
stuff.
had to finesse his way out of Dragon Gate to sign with New Japan. Taiji Ishimori, same deal. That's just the game. You know that doesn't happen in Japan.
I know.
Crazy
Is
other companies.
Mirufuji still working for Noah?
Yes.
Yeah.
Bro, that's how Japan, most of them dudes lifers. You
Yes.
sign up with a company, that's it.
That's it. That is it. Unless
Onita and Muto are the rarities.
yes.
And,
And I mean, and Muda basically left just so he could save all Japan. That's why he left.
Satoshi
so-
Kojima, that's another one that did a bunch of bouncing around.
But I mean,
And Suzuki, yeah, but
Say
it's
Suzuki.
small.
but Suzuki was never considered like a New Japan guy because he was one of the guys that was like, oh, I'm leaving. So, but I don't know.
How did we get on this?
Because we just
Hey,
don't
it's
really
random
know.
sky talkers, Shit happens.
Speaking of Japan, I think the biggest thing that really back to Ring of Honor that really, really, really made me go, let me check out Ring of Honor was that Morishima was their champ. I was like, oh,
God.
what?
Where's he's gonna go get the DVD.
Chase is gonna get his Takeshi Morris. He's got referee Bryce Remsburg.
Remsburg.
That's freaking like if you've never seen the Morishima Danielson stuff, you need to go watch that stuff.
Mm.
Like yesterday.
Go
Yes.
watch it where Danielson's eye pops out.
Like
Jeez.
There it is.
Yeah, backdrop driver, Chase.
I am so upset that he is not around for everything that is going on.
Motherfucker was my boy. Oh my god. Oh, that like
I wish he could be around for everything that's going on in wrestling though.
I mean,
You know what I mean?
fucked up. He's like,
I know-
Morishima versus
Chase, I know.
Walter.
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
my god.
Oh my god, take my money, dude. Free Walter from that shitty company.
For
I mean,
my
Walter,
money.
for being a company, what he does is
I mean,
entertaining. So
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is they're paying him a lot to stay in Europe. I mean,
my-
he's not even
Yeah,
having
he's the one. He's the one dude they can't mess up because it's in his contract. He did it smart.
he's like, I'm not coming. I'm gonna stay over here and do my thing. And if so, but
For my money, of which can buy a lot of ROH DVDs, Takeshi Morishima was the best ROH champion ever.
I can't do that, Chase. I can't do that.
Oh man,
I just said-
love him.
I
know
He's
just
he's
my
said-
favorite, but I can't do that. I can't do that. To me, it's
damn,
Danielson.
like better
To me,
than
it's
Danielson. Like, come on,
Yeah,
Chase.
I can't do that.
Yes.
It's Danielson, man.
Yes.
I can't do that.
Every
I
single fucking
can't.
match
Chase,
was
you
great.
know that's not true. You know.
No, it's not.
be great. But
Like the Samoa Joe run, Chase. Like, come on,
but
dude.
there's like
Come on,
other
exactly.
guys
Come on.
somebody threw
The
like
Tyler Black run.
Oh damn it, Brandon! That was like 2 years too late, dude.
Oh man.
whatever happened to that guy? Whatever happened to Tyler Black?
Oh man, he got. He's
Oh,
lost
he
his
sold out
space,
and,
man.
and became
He actually-
Mrs. Becky Lynch.
He actually said something a couple of months ago, talking about wanting to choke out Vince McMahon, and what was that other thing he said that
What-
sounded logical?
What happened to that
Yeah,
guy
he's
we met outside of WrestleMania, Brandon?
He drank Kool-Aid, and you know what happened.
I think the thing with him that made me go, this dude is totally different, is when he had that exchange with Will Ospreay. I'm like, bro, you used to be Will Ospreay. Like, what is this? What are you doing right now?
There he
It's
is.
so weird, man.
Came back
Hey,
for the
Juice.
Tyler Black talk.
The what now?
Yeah, we were
trying to
burying
figure out
Tyler
where
Black.
We were trying to figure out where Tyler Black went.
Yeah,
Oh.
Tyler Black. Where'd he go? Where'd he go,
He
Juice?
just missed him. He missed that boot. With
I missed him.
missed the,
A legend of WSX, Wrestling Society X.
Doing it for her.
Yeah,
terrible promos.
yeah.
The Age of the
T-shirt,
Fall.
still bad.
That's
I cringed on his promos, like the video wires when he was the champion.
Oh,
Oh
God.
man, it's just not good at all.
Him and Roderick Strong going back and forth on those video wires.
Oh no, wait, no! Every time I hear that name, Roderick Strong, I always hear it in Cedric Alexander's squeaky voice going, "Roderick Strong, get your ass out here right now! I'm ready for a fight."
He had a weird title run. The Truth Martini in the House of Truth.
Martini, yeah. That the truth. What the hell was that stable called?
We
House
just
Truth.
said
House of Truth.
God damn it,
House
Jim!
of Truth. Thank you.
Jesus Christ!
Well, hey, when you get old, you forget shit. All right. Cut
You're
some
no
slack.
different. You don't look any fucking different. Are you a vampire? You drink blood instead of alcohol?
Dude.
The main event of
Bad
Glory
Times.
Body
Hey.
2010. The main event of Bad Times funny.
Or this Caesar in the chat. What happened to Austin Aries? He's a dumbass. That's what happened.
He's burned every bridge
Jim,
he ever built.
Jim, I know you can't comprehend, you can't tell the difference, but we're not acknowledging the bad comments, okay? I know you can't tell the difference. Okay.
Okay.
Eric says Jay Briscoe is the best ROH champion, and sure, whatever. If you hate gay people, maybe he's your guy.
Yeah.
Hey, no, he was a good champ though.
I was
Yeah.
there the night he beat Elgin. I was there.
Yeah.
That night. I was there for that. I was like, what? I thought you would go with this Elgin guy.
So
Well,
That
hey, we're
might
not
be
supposed to talk
worse.
about bad people. We're talking about Michael Elgin.
I don't know. Me and Brandon got to see Michael Elgin and freaking Davey. And
Oh yeah. Oh. I need to rewatch that match because y'all swear it's like one of the greatest. I remember it being awesome, but like
It's
one of the
epic,
greatest.
dude.
I need to watch it again.
think
That
about
was such a weird show.
it was
Like
a
both of those days were weird.
weird. Because here's the thing: is that we were marking out, and Brian, who never marks out, was jumping up and down for that match. So that to me is like the thing of like of greatness. So
Yeah, the last like 8 minutes of that match is like about as good as pro wrestling could get. Like that's pretty. Yeah.
yeah, that's,
Best Ring of Honor show you went to.
Well, I've only went to 3, so
I've gone to none, so fucking yeah, I'm fired.
That would be Glory by Honor 8, the final countdown.
oh
Thank you
shut
very
the
much.
fuck, shut the fuck. up.
Oh yeah, I forgot you went to that, Chase.
Yeah, I remember when
Oh.
he did that bullshit. Didn't tell anyone.
Yeah.
I'm in New York.
Yeah, he did like
This
video.
video.
He didn't say shit.
I did a video. It was popular.
Goddamn it,
Video with
Chase.
him. Yeah.
Oh god, the funniest thing about that is because I did that with Mike, and you all knew I was joking when I said we hacked your account. But
Yeah.
this dude came up like super serious, Mike. You really hacked True Story's account? I can't believe it. What you gonna do with all that power, man? That's incredible. And I like died. But I met Big Hustle at that show. Obviously met Moral Fires. But
Yo,
Big
where
Hustle
is
was
he?
dope.
Where is
He's making
Is he
shitty
still
rap.
alive?
Who?
Big Hustle.
Jared.
He's just making.
Yeah,
Oh, Jared.
Fires.
Yeah.
Oh, last time I heard he was in South Carolina, I think.
I mean, I'm sure I
Where
could
he's
text
by
him.
me? Cheers by me.
He's-
Let's go find
Do
him.
you still have his number, Josh? I still have his number. Is his number still the
Call him
same?
right now. Let's call him live on stream.
Don't do
We're
that.
not
Don't do
doing that,
No,
Jim.
I don't know
no.
if, I don't know if it's him or it's his brother that keeps popping up on like
Saint of Sins, yes. That used to be his Xbox Live account, but I don't know if he still uses it or not.
yeah. So and also on Steam as well. His Steam. So I don't know if it's him or his brother, but I've tried to message him. I never get an answer. But so I don't know. He could be whatever.
Hopefully it's well with him.
Whatever.
Yeah, that's my
Whatever.
guy, man.
You
That's my
always
guy.
be together.
Best. I don't know what the best. It might be. It's probably.
Oh, Jesus. There's another name I haven't thought about in forever. Holy crap.
Yes, he is still.
Oh.
Newton. Yeah, he was homeless last time I heard. Poor guy.
He like every once in a while he'll message me out of the blue. So, but yeah, I think he was in Northern California. I think he's in Arizona now. So I think last time I talked to him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I remember
a couple
it.
years ago. He was like in the neck of my woods up here.
Yeah, I remember having like a 4-hour conversation with him about Scarface and the Ghetto Boys. I love that dude, man.
Yeah, he was awesome. Yeah.
Or the epic video with Josh and Newton. Holy shit!
Oh
I
yeah,
think
remember
those
that?
are
Just
two-
around.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was a
wait a
big- that was
minute.
a
Yeah.
big- that was a big moment.
Jim, you're talking about that because you borrowed their camera for this show.
Yes.
Yeah, goddamn right I did.
That was, that's still so weird. Like so many,
Josh,
many.
weren't you hammered that night, or were you just high as shit?
I'm just high. If I remember right. What I was gonna say was it's weird that like so many of us that were on YouTube at the time were in like this 15 by 15 mile area of northern Houston. It's just crazy. It's like and not even realizing it. That was the really crazy part. But anyways,
Of course, you're never going to talk about those. You're going to get hit from all angles, dudes, ever again.
Oh,
forget about those guys?
Leave those guys alone, man. No.
Those motherfuckers, man.
Hey, man, where y'all hate?
I was including them because they would be in that little area. So they were pretty
I
much.
hated their shit. I hated their
they
shit.
had
They're
no
just three
charisma,
random
just-
dudes, man. They were just
had
talking.
no charisma whatsoever. Just like the
Oh,
fucking
those
Santa Maria's
dudes.
bullshit. He pull in ROH guys just to get views, but they would just be like, and yesterday on the video wire we had Tyler Black, and it was awesome. Don't you think, Josh? Yes, it was fantastic. It's like, come on, show some energy. Don't you love this stuff? Don't you want to convey your passion through the screen? That's the whole job. And all
Hey,
Jim
man.
can do is be a parrot. So that's why he's here, just to be a parrot. Jim, squawk.
Hey, if I
Squawk.
No, squawk, fuck you. No.
He still did it though.
Yeah, fuck off. No, damn.
Which-
Chase
What
Ribbon
was
me
the
never
question?
gets old.
The
had
question
a-
was, what was the best Ring of Honor show you went to?
Oh, okay, cool.
oh,
cool.
yeah.
Let me answer it. Let me answer it just because I have my answer.
Yeah, we
So
went out the rails.
it's either
Shit.
Honor takes center stage night one, which is the best venue I've ever watched wrestling in. Well, at least my favorite
Same,
for sure.
same.
Center stage.
You know what's not the best venue we ever saw wrestling in? That fucking
Yes,
place in Phoenix, that Gay Book.
the Celebrity
Oh my
Theater.
God. Those fucking
Oh, for
front row
Degessa?
motherfuckers.
Where the funniest
sure.
thing is that when we went to Phoenix for WrestleMania, we almost hit that girl when we were driving.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, when we were driving, we almost hit the girl who was just randomly crossing the street. Louis C.K. he went to that place to do when he went to Celebrity Theater, he made a joke about people in Phoenix just wandering around and getting hit by cars. I just found that really, really funny for sure. That definitely that was a horrible place to watch wrestling. But
just
Center
a
Stage was
disclaim-
awesome.
Just a disclaimer, even though he mentioned Louis C.K., we do not like masturbating in front of women. Continue.
Yeah. Another dead person. Bring it up another.
Other than that, it was a Ring of Honor New Japan show. I think it was War of the Worlds in 2015.
That's my show.
Nakamura,
Chat
AJ
person.
Styles, everybody was on that show.
Oh, that's the 5-night one.
That is
Such
my
an awesome.
shit.
You went to that? Oh, you
my
lucky
God.
son of a bitch.
That was
Oh
good.
my
God.
Was that the street fight?
Yeah, that's the
Yes.
street fight.
Yeah, it was a street fight with Generica. Yeah, that was yeah.
Supercard of
That-
Honor 5. I like that
like,
show. That was a good show.
that
That was the one that had LAX, not LAX. Who was it? Kings of Wrestling versus Motor City, and it ended in a DQ. Yeah, that was that was an awesome match, but it ended in DQ. That was just awful.
Ugh, gosh.
Juice.
I probably have to say one of the War of the Worlds shows. Probably the first one I went to in 2014, which was the first year they did that. I think there was an All-Star Extravaganza 6, I think it was. They did that in Toronto, where it was Red Dragon versus the Young Bucks, 2 out of 3 falls, and it was one of the best matches I've ever seen live. I just remember how that match ruled, and I went to a Ring of Honor TV taping that. While it was long, it did give us like a 8-man tag of like the Bullet Club versus like the ROH All-Stars at the point in time. So that was also really, really fun. I'm still bummed I didn't go to the one where Omega came to, and it was like the Omega and the Bucks. I forget who they wrestled, but it escapes me. But I guess now I never need to see the Sweaty Teddy, the Ted Reeve Arena, which is a literal fire trap in Toronto. If ever there's going to be an event there again, you need to have the fire marshal come out there. Also, that venue during a garbage strike in Toronto hosted garbage, and then they had to take the garbage out before Ring of Honor taped it for an event. Also, it did happen. A garbage strike in Toronto back when ROH first invaded Canada. I remember they were like, "Oh, they're storing the garbage at the Ted Reeve Arena." They had to take the garbage out and put people in there, and the building smelled horrendous. It was not a good time to see Ring of Honor for 8 hours or whatever those shows were back in the day.
Was it a HDNet taping or not HDNet?
Sinclair by then.
It was Sinclair.
Yeah,
I never went
Sinclair.
to an HDNet taping.
Oh, yeah.
They
Slap
only did
the
those in Philly,
porpoise.
right?
Yeah, they were East Coast US at that point.
I think we lost Josh.
Yeah, he's just
frozen.
He's frozen. Oh no,
Man, these technical. Is the whole thing gonna go? No.
no, Jim. Oh my God! All right, never mind.
Chase, does your brain hurt? Chase, does your brain hurt?
But yeah,
That takes
I'm not gonna tell him. One of y'all tell him.
yeah, the best ROH show I went to was definitely Honor Takes Center Stage night 1, because the other I went to night 2, and the only other
You were
ROH
asleep on that show.
Yeah, the only other ROH show I went to was it was this TV taping in I want to say it was Raleigh, something like that. But it was like 8 hours long, and like 7 of them were squash matches. I was like, man, no, I drove all the way up here for this.
Yo,
But
dog, you want to see the squash matches? Go to a damn AEW dark
Area.
It's fun, though.
17 of them shits.
It's fun though.
Bro, it is draining. I have never felt more drained after a show than sitting through that. I'm sorry. It's like torture. This feels awkward that we're live on Josh's channel yet he's not.
Without him.
What have you always wanted to say about him without him being able to fire back? Jim, go.
Nothing. I got nothing to say. I'm not a.
Of course you do.
Yeah, you put me on the spot.
Josh
man.
used to get in unnecessary drama all the time. It was like if like Dave Meltzer, like on Twitter, like he just randomly put responses as like the worst tweets. Like Josh would just get into like these random arguments here on YouTube. So I wish he wouldn't have done that.
He would inherit beef that wasn't his, Especially like Jared. Like Jared would start some shit with someone, and then Josh would beat it down.
Josh can pick it up, yeah.
Oh,
Or going down this Josh going down the WWE rabbit hole on Twitter. Twitter's a shithole.
yeah, he does that. Oh yeah, and responding to everyone trying to get him to say something about race and pro wrestling.
Oh,
Josh,
Yeah,
God.
jeez.
I don't.
I don't remember that.
That's been this week, dude.
yeah, it's been
Yeah, it's been this week,
no.
dude. Like,
Don't talk about it, okay? They'll find us. They got feelers everywhere. You say something that B blank -- Twitter, and it just like and then the search signals
WWE
go off.
sheep
You
come
mean
out.
black? You mean black Chase? That what you mean? Black.
Oh,
Look, man, I don't know what part of it they're from, but I'm not a
Oh
fan.
man.
What Whiteful? Who the fuck ever said
Whiteful?
Whiteful?
dude.
Corn.
Well, I mean, where's LV when you need him? He'll fucking, that blue check mark bullshit guy who said Whiteful.
Jim, I'm gonna put you on
Never
the
mind.
spot right here.
All right.
Are you ready?
Oh shit. Here
Are
we
you
go.
ready?
Man's nervous. He don't know what's going on.
Okay.
All right,
Jim,
all right. Put me on the spot. I don't give a shit what people
Jim.
think of me. Go ahead.
I want you to produce an opinion about what we've been talking about for this hour and a half that is completely and solely your own, that you haven't taken from anywhere, completely from the mind of
I have
Jim
not
Frost.
taken. All right. Let's see here. Y'all still like. It's like Jared used to say, Jim. If I want your opinion, I'll formulate one and shit one out for you. Like Jared used to say.
Yeah, he used to say it. That's funny. That is funny.
Yeah.
I
No,
can
he
hear him
said it.
saying that too. I can hear him.
No,
Say
he
that.
literally said it on Skype. It was hilarious. And no, I'm just like legacy of Ring of Honor. I think it's just, it made my pro wrestling fandom come back, and it's a sad day. It's a sad day when you lose a wrestling promotion. But I don't know what to say. At least ROH gave us a lot of happy memories. Great memories instead of shitty memories. I'm just happy for ROH. That's all.
You're happy for them?
You're happy for them?
I'm happy.
You're happy for them right now.
Oh my God! See, God damn it! This is going to the shitter. Hey! Somebody formulate an opinion and shit one out.
You're like that girl on Twitter that was like, "This is great news. You can hire me for your commentary."
Oh man! Hey! Maybe
All
the Iron Sheik will have to shoot on Chase tonight.
Oh, we're okay. Josh is not responding to my text messages, and we're not going to top that shit. So, goodbye, all.
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll come back, but I guess
Yeah, we'll do another
wrap
one.
it.
We'll do another one.
Yeah, we have to. We have to.
I enjoyed
After
this.
final battle. After final battle, we're all
Like a
gonna watch
Q&A
Final
or some
Battle?
shit.
We need to do another one where Jim isn't at work.
That Saturday works for me. I'm home on Saturdays, and my connection will be 380p 2007.
380p.
And two, definitely around maybe the Christmas time, where we'll just do a Q&A or something like Brandon said.
Oh God. Anyways, he hadn't even read that text message. I don't know. Maybe his whole internet died. Who fucking knows? Anyways, I miss giving Jim shit so much. That's I forgot how much of a vital part of my life that was.
Give him your number, Jim.
You know what?
He has it. I think he has it. I don't
One
know.
of my favorite nights ever on Skype is Juice and I were on a call by ourselves, and we discovered this promotion called International Professional Wrestling. And it was even before that promo got big. Like you remember, Jumpin' Jeff Former. Like we found it before that promo like blew up, and like that was one of my favorite nights ever. Was finding that shit, just watching.
Oh, the Jeff Farmer.
We watched everything.
We literally
Yeah, wow.
went
They had the
through the
whole playlist
entire
on there,
promotion. The rise and fall of this promotion.
Like all the first comments on those videos are me and Juice. Like, Bill Ass, I'm gonna get you, Bill Ass. Ruined my shoulder. And then
I can't
and then,
squish
oh
an
shit,
apple.
there he is. All right, what the fuck, Josh?
Oh, he's back. I guess we're not gone yet.
Okay.
Shit.
All right, we're wrapping it up. All right. There was a conspiracy, and JR's gonna get to the bottom of it. Find out conspiracy. It took Truth Slayer off. Truth Slayer's on string. What happened? And the conspiracy and the IPW gonna tell me what's going on. What happened?
You watched it a lot. You watched it a whole lot.
Ken Jones hack you?
That's between
We
me
did
and
watch a
Juice.
lot. I'm not gonna lie. We watched way too much of this horrendous wrestling promotion from I don't know some southern state, but it was
Arkansas.
Arkansas.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It was great. It made Chase and I become like better friends because I remember just randomly sending him the link and he just like you hear in your headphones his laugh and I was like, okay, we're gonna watch this whole thing.
I don't like. Another thing is like I'd be like talking to one of y'all, and I'd randomly get a video idea, and I wouldn't even pause the call. I would just do it. Like I think Juice is on the call with me when I did the Jeff Hardy one, where
Probably.
it's like you had to fucking blow it, Jeff, and it was like, but like I never wanted to get good production quality because it's like I just need to be able to do this now. Like Jared would always obsess over shit.
The ROH Styles video, basically.
Oh God, I don't want to talk about him. No. But yeah. Anyways, Josh, what the hell happened?
What?
What happened?
So don't if so regional cable companies monopolies suck, and I'm stuck with Spectrum for internet service. Yes, exactly. And hopefully next year we will
am I, Josh. So am I.
we will have Google that I can switch to. But right now I'm stuck with Spectrum. So that's what happens, and it will just magically go out for like 2 seconds all by itself. And their equipment sucks too, by the way. So yeah, I could go on a very long rant on them.
So
And
you're
then
like
it's like
on my-
$60 a month.
What?
Anyways, Josh, while you were gone, I asked Jim to produce an original thought, and it was he's happy that ROH is dying because it's good.
No, I'm not happy.
He said, I'm happy for ROH.
God damn it! This is man. I love you, Chase, but you're a ball buster, man. I miss getting my balls busted. Jesus Christ. This is all over.
That's what you said. This is recorded. It's on video.
Oh yeah, I know, and I can't wait to watch the live stream back and just watch my head go. Oh shit! I dropped.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's really what Ring of Honor did. Is it brought us all together and made us friends.
Yes, that's why I
It
wanted
really
to.
did.
That's why, like, because Josh put out a tweet saying, I'm going to do a video about this. And I, like, texted him.
Yes,
like,
immediately.
And I was like, no.
He's like, this is
No,
what we're gonna do. I was like, what?
Do it the right way.
Right.
I was like, that's fine. But that's the thing. So, but yeah, I mean, it's weird because like it was funny because me and my wife were talking about this tonight. That like at work, I don't wear like I could easily because I work in a warehouse, so I could easily wear like most of my wrestling shirts all the time. Wouldn't be a big deal. Don't do it because I made that mistake one time just because I had to do a shirt. And I put one on, and people were like, "Oh, what's that? Oh, that's wrestling. Oh, so you guys all know where that's going." And
Like WWE?
right? And so it's like, no. So don't do that anymore. And I would say, especially back when like 2007, when like nobody talked wrestling, so it was good to find people that you could just like share something that you really enjoyed and really liked, and all of that. So I think that's always cool. And like I said, when we went to the Ring of Honor show, that was one of the things that my wife like noticed right away was just the fact that you'd be sitting next to somebody and just start talking about like a random match from something that you guys saw and just what you enjoyed about it. And I think that's one of the things that people don't get about like really diehard wrestling fans is that we just want the wrestling to be good. That's the thing. It's not like, and everybody does enjoy different things. I mean, it's I know I saw Jake in the doing the comments. I mean, you want to talk about a guy that has like wide range of like wrestling. I mean, that's a diehard Chikara fan who, you know, also randomly will pop out like some strange death match that most of us have never seen. And
Sean Cedar was in here too. He's the same way. Sean Cedar has seen everything.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like, and it's very hard to, I think that's one of the things that people like don't get is that we all like different things. And it's cool. It's not a, oh, you like that, you suck type of thing. I think people think that, and it's not that. It's just like I don't begrudge anyone that loves like death. Now, if you like if you're a current WWE fan and you continually defend the fact, because my first question is, what else do you watch on TV if you watch WWE? That's what I want to know, because what else are you watching? Like in the grade of where television has gone over the last 20 years, how do you keep watching this that is stuck in the year 2000? And maybe that's the thing. Maybe people just want to go back to that. It's like a comfort to them.
Look at the majority of their audience.
Like, I know they're
It's
old
over
people.
50.
It's like, and I just don't get it. So, but
the wild thing though is I don't care that you watch the WWE, but you need to acknowledge the consensus. Most people think this shit is terrible. Like, just, you know what I mean? Acknowledge that it's okay. I watch trash TV all the time. Hell, I watched Arrow for 8 seasons. You know what I mean? Like, come on, what are we doing?
Right, exactly. I mean, like, if you want to say, yeah, I know it's bad and I watch it, that's fine. That's what I used to tell people, like in like the early mid 90s when I watched wrestling, was like, yeah, I know wrestling's horrible, but you know, I like it because I like it. But and then it got good again. But yeah, it's so hard to like talk to people about wrestling, and then because if you tell them that you don't watch WWE, they look at you like weird. Like, what kind of weirdo are you? What do you watch then? What else is there? And then you have to start explaining to them, and then they don't really understand it. They think that you're just talking about like the local indie promotion, and you're like, not really. So, but it is what it is. So,
yeah, I have a coworker like that who's a WWE sheep, and I'm like, you just watch some AEW.
Oh my God,
You'll be changing your mind.
You
I haven't heard
one thing, Jim.
in like
Coworker,
15
what?
years.
You guys are ribbing me. God, you guys suck.
WWE sheep. What are you PS
WWE sheep. Oh God, now I'm back. This just straight good. This shit went off the rails. But I'm glad. Hey, at least one thing Ring of Honor did was bring friendships all these years later. So.
Didn't we just say that? Didn't we literally just say that?
I said it again. All right? You formulated an opinion, and I shit it back out, man.
Oh man. Oh my God.
Man.
Look, none of us said we were happy ROH is dying, so that's one we can give them.
I'm happy for ROH.
I'm happy.
I'm happy. I have to know you guys now.
I am one of those people that think that the fact that WWE still has all of this talent, that there really is. I don't know if there's enough talent for there to be like 5 major promotions, right? There's probably enough for 4, but unless you're like kind of like GCW where you kind of get your own identity, but if you're just going to be a wrestling company, I think it's really hard. If with the amount of talent that like WWE has still stored up, which I think people still don't get, and so in that way, as a fan, I get it. I mean, I hate that guys aren't getting a good payday, but at the same time, it did feel like there was a little too much wrestling in some ways. So, but
See, I'm of the opposite. I think we need a Ring of Honor out there just for more options, more place. The more the better, I think. Obviously.
Well, yeah, but don't you think that, like, in some ways, like, GCW is kind of taking that?
GCW's taking their thunder for sure. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Obviously, it comes down to business, and
Right.
Sinclair themselves aren't doing well. They need to cut a loss here with Ring of Honor. But I still thought they were a fine place if they had better. If someone else picked them up, I would maybe have hoped for for something.
We need another billionaire who is also a wrestling geek.
There's only
like
one.
Tony Khan.
There's only one.
We need another one.
There's only one, man.
One
Or
of
a
you
billionaire who's
motherfuckers
smart
need
enough to get
hit the
people
lottery,
around
man.
him who know what to do.
Yeah.
Well, unless TK wants to buy it and then, like
And the thing
reimagine
is,
it.
Even Tony Khan at first, because he was like, okay, I'm going to let you guys do what you wanted to do in Ring of Honor, and it didn't pan out real well. So he had to basically take the reins. I find it funny that it took people a year and a half to figure out that he did that. But
You don't hold on, let me pull this one. You don't want this. You think you know what it'll be, but you do not want this. Look at the
Yeah,
Dallas
you see how he
Mavericks
manages
right
the
now.
Dallas
Look at the
Mavericks right now. Yeah.
Come on,
You don't want that.
this, bro.
the only way you want that is if he says, "Yeah, I want a wrestling promotion, but I'm just gonna be the guy to back it," and then he goes and finds somebody that actually can run it.
There
That's
hasn't
the
been
thing.
someone like that since Rick Rubin.
Yeah, I'm just saying that's the case. I mean,
Smoky Mountain Wrestling reference here. I mean, we're just going all the way around the world.
you know, I mean,
The dirty white boy.
Yeah, Tony Anthony.
Yeah, that you see that comment. Mutant D used to say that all the time in all his videos. As soon as somebody with money that knows wrestling comes along, it'll blow up. And look what's happened, man.
you know, but you have people that are like, "Oh, he doesn't know what he's doing," and it's like, what are you talking like?
Which is so stupid to me. Like, what are you talking about, man?
That
This
Tony doesn't
company-
know what he's doing.
This company is consistently growing. Like, what are they talking about?
But they don't see it as growth because they don't understand what growth is. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, you have a bunch of people that either they've only watched WWE and they only know, you know, wrestling through the eyes of Vince Russo and Vince McMahon, or they you know, it's like the modern day wherever we have to be tribal about everything, especially on the internet, which is stupidity. But you know, I mean, I think I don't get that. I will never understand that because it's like there was a point where it was very evident there was like, and then I mean, since they were able to be like fans, it's been absolutely bananas. And I think it's just like my wife even is like, this is so much easier to watch. I'm like, yeah, it's a lot easier to watch because the fans are into it, and it's not a crowd that's just going to sit there and just be like, okay, let's watch some wrestling live. It's a fan that is into the product, and because they're into the product, they're into like just about everything that they put on. So
Enthusiasm is contagious. It's just
They're
that simple.
but they're like Ring of Honor fans back in like 2007.
It's
They're
not even-
into it. They're pushing the product, the brand of that forward, which is what we were doing with Ring of Honor on YouTube and all, and the people on the message boards. Even though the message boards was, don't go there, it was bad. But
Oh, no.
I mean, it was just pushing that brand and trying to get that in front of the faces of people. And now AEW obviously is a 10 times better platform than a Ring of Honor does. And I mean, a show that's #1 on cable most weeks, which is astonishing to just think about after where we're coming from, where Chase said wrestling was cold as ice back when we started watching this.
Like when Danielson first, after I got back from Chicago, I pulled out my All-Star Weekend DVD from 2008.
Oh my god!
I watched.
This fucking match. He is. Hey, he is
let me
talking about
talk?
this match.
Will you let me speak?
No,
All-Star
no,
Weekend?
let me
Is this
fucking-
the Loki
yes.
match?
Yes, the Loki match, Brandon.
Oh my god, bro! Stop, man! You give it
Oh
up.
my god, man.
I'm trying to make a point here, god damn it. I fucking loved that match, and I watched it again, and it was like, wow, there's only 200 people at this show, but man, they're all standing, but there's only 200 people here. It's like it was just like, but the problem is that the first 17 minutes of that amazing masterpiece of a match, they're all sitting on their hands, and they don't get into it till the final 5. But still, it's like less than 400 people, and it's like, maybe this stuff wasn't as hot as I thought it was when I was 17. Probably, because, I'm just a naive teenager, and I'm not a vampire like Jim who doesn't age.
Well, I would say also, even back then, you had WWE fans that were not like into the show, right? It was
no.
we've had a lot of that, and so when you finally see something where people are like excited about watching wrestling, it's like, oh my god, like I said this probably about a year ago. Markeem, I'm sure, remembers this, when I said, man, I don't know, this seems very ECW-ish, and he was like, wait, don't be going there yet, and I was like, I don't know, this seems very like ECW-ish, and it seemed like now that they've come back and we have crowds, it is so like, go back and watch like the old ECW and just watch the crowd and how the crowd is, and it is like, and it was the same thing where you maybe had 1,000 people, maybe, and it was just, but those 1,000 people were like a 10,000 seat building going,
and especially when ECW started traveling, those fans did everything, like those fans, literally everything, because we wanted people to respect this thing that we were already fans of, and that's where AEW fans are at now. Yeah, absolutely. I didn't want to admit it, but now I see it. I definitely see it. Yeah,
like it's just like the 10 thing. I'm telling you, he's doing the Misawa thing with 10.
That's your fucking drum. You're gonna beat it.
I am gonna beat it because
he's on that hill, man.
That's exactly what's exactly.
There you go, Jim. There you go. I don't need the parrot. We don't need the parrot. That was Josh's, not yours.
We're just at 88 right now. We're just not
8 levels. God damn.
But yeah, I think that's the thing that and I don't get it. I don't get how you can watch AEW even with it isn't how AEW is perfect, because it's not.
No.
But it's the fact that I don't understand how you can watch a product where you can see people like going crazy and being into and wanting it to be good, and then be like, this isn't very good. It's like what are you talking about?
Like, who thought putting Penelope Ford and Kiera Hogan on TV was a good idea?
Well, true. But I mean, we wondered about Bunny for how long, and then then it was evident of like why they were putting Bunny on TV, because
the tribal chief.
Hell, she outdrew Roman.
It's like, okay, well, now we know why. So
we're going to see a lot more of her. So,
man, I like Roman, but it's clear he's not the star that they believe he is.
No, like, to me, I thought to all that shit he was talking the day before, and then he got out.
You can look at the sales for the Albany show. Like,
oh god,
they put them on there. Now they're doing 2-for-1 special,
and
AEW is waxing them
4-1 right now. It's like 8,000 to 25.
Well, they've already got Chicago. AEW does, and now
they got New York. Houston apparently has WWE.
Yes,
AEW didn't draw very well in Houston, but WWE did.
Have they gone head to head in Philly yet?
No.
I can't wait. I can't wait for that one.
They haven't run a big building in Philly yet, though, or Boston. I felt like they could have done a bigger place in Boston.
I can't wait for that, the Philadelphia one.
Yeah, because the Boston crowd was insane. That was nuts. Though Jake said there was a lot of dickheads.
I want Paul Heyman to say something stupid so he can get released, so he can show up and
oh, dude. Just imagine the promo he would cut.
I'm sure Heyman is like, if this shit gets sold, they're gonna need somebody to run it. And I think, I'm sure he's looking at that way, because if they sell it, who are they gonna put in charge of it? Are they gonna be like, or are they gonna like put somebody new? So
that is a very good point.
Gabriel Sapolsky, come on down.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. I don't know. Maybe he's been removed enough now where he's not as burnt out. But
Road Dog.
But then again, how many guys are gonna want to work for him after everything that happened at the end of Evolve? So that's the other thing,
All right.
Well, yeah. I mean, that is the other thing. There was that other side of Ring of Honor and Gabe's second run there with Evolve, where I was like, man, it's gonna be so. I only bought one DVD. I was not into that.
I mean,
and there's still people that will be like, oh, it was, and I was like, and it wasn't that I thought Evolve was bad. It was just, that first show didn't draw at all. Things that were
2016 Evolve had an amazing year, but that was it. That was it. That was
Well, and then you had the Dragon Gate USA stuff. But if you didn't have like a Dragon Gate show, those shows weren't like spectacular.
yeah.
You know, and so it was just like, and you could just tell. And then I think now, if you look back, I mean, the fact that he completely whiffed on Darby is like kind of amazing. So, yes,
Like Darby was a star for them, but he should have been huge for them. You know what I mean? Like he was
magic tricks. He was doing magic tricks.
We got a runner again, Jim. Are you gonna get him? Are you gonna get him,
I'm
Jim?
getting in my car. I'm leaving. I'm getting in my car and leaving work, so maybe the connection will be better.
Wait, aren't you still on the clock?
No, I'm off the clock. I get off at 10 o'clock my time.
So
Well, I mean, we're about to
yeah, we're like all at the end of this thing, and Jim.
Well,
we
I'm
were 2
going
hours
home.
in.
It's
He's like,
time
I'm
to
leaving
go
now.
home. Jim's going home.
Oh,
It's time to
okay. Let me. That was Eric. It was not Juice. That was Eric and Markeem and I did a review of Evolve.
Yeah. what did Ken Dome say? This company is going to evolve into a piece of crap.
Yeah.
like,
You were right. You did it. You called it.
Oh man.
it was
Oh
just
my
like,
God.
so, and I get that, you know, he originally was gonna like, it was gonna be Davey and Danielson were gonna be what he was gonna like put the, but still, I mean, it was, and the thing about Evolve was, and this never changed, is the people that went to Evolve, like the crowds almost always sucked, as far as like they would just sit there and be like, you know, I don't need a Japanese crowd in the US. We don't need that. You want like people to be like into like stuff. And it just never felt like people were into it, unless it was like a WrestleMania weekend where he brought in like a card that you normally would.
Everybody.
But you know, I think where Gabe really got exposed was that second Janela spring break show. And that
Oh,
The one with
dude.
Marty
I
Jannetty.
was there. I was there. And there were like,
Jannetty or Sasuke?
no, this was the Sasuke one. This is the
Okay.
one where PCO got big. I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
there because I was there, and there was like 500 people there for that last Evolve show. They had to file us all out, and the people who walked out saw the freaking 1,200 people already waiting in line to get in. And so it was nuts, and it was just crazy because it's like, Jesus Christ, like, because the end of that show was Will Ospreay versus Matt Riddle, which I still feel like was like the best
That match is amazing.
best match that entire weekend. Where there's like less than 600 people there,
Right.
and then Joey Janela show starts, and it's like the whole floor is filled. They're having to bring in more chairs. The entire bleachers filled all the way to the roof, and it's like freaking chaos. Spider Nate Webb is singing teenage dirtbag running around everywhere. PCOs, chop chest black.
Chuck Chess.
Chop chest black. His chest was chopped black. And I saw fucking Great Sasuke have one of the worst matches I've ever seen live, but not the very worst because that was John Moxley versus Tommy Dreamer and Degussa, which was fucking terrible. But fucking Spring Break felt like a fucking party for like 3.5 hours until that main event with Joey Janela and Sasuke, which was shit, and I left with Eric.
But yeah, I mean, I think that, and that was also was that the first Bloodsport weekend too?
Yes.
That show? And that show drew like more than anyone ever thought it was going to.
Yes.
Oh, that's when it was Matt Riddle's
Matt
Bloodsport,
Riddle.
right?
Right,
Yeah.
right. But still, it was like everyone was like, what is this even going to be? It was a bunch of random dudes in this thing that no one really knew what it was going to be. And even that drew well. And it was the fact that like everything that weekend that was GCW related drew so well. And it was like, how are they doing this? And Gabe's still only doing like 600 people.
Jim, please don't get in a crash on a fucking
No,
live
I'm
stream.
good, dude. I'm good.
Oh my God.
I'm good. I'm just listening. I'm good. I don't have far to go. I'll be home in 10 minutes.
You know,
Are you as good as Ring of Honor right now?
Yeah, I'm fine, guys. I
I'm
will
just
not
happy
die
for
live
Ring
on
of Honor.
stream. I mean, how many ROH DVDs do you think it would cost for me to break this fire?
Oh God! Uh-oh! It broke off! Oh no!
Call him.
And considering this is not, and considering this isn't my car, I'm anyway. This is the car's fine.
But the thing with Gabe, the thing that really kind of amazed me is you still have people to this day that defend Gabe, and I don't get it. I'm like, what?
I mean, he had it. Look, okay, even though like I'll say 2007 was an awesome year, faction warfare also occurred during.
Was a horrible idea.
The
Horrible
Vulture
fucking
Squad,
idea.
The No Remorse Corps.
No, I think I have one of
Was
those.
it resistance, resilience?
Resilience.
Yeah, I know. I have a
Resilience.
resistance shirt. I'll find it when I get home.
That shirt was a cool design, and it was like, but Matt Cross and Eric Stevens, and then
Eric Stevens don't even like Austin Aries.
No.
Which makes it hilarious. Don't even like that. Didn't like him back in the day. That's hilarious, man.
But Gabe was like, "Oh, this is what Dragon Gate does," and he didn't think about how like you have to have all the singles
features,
feuds
right.
going on. It's like things have to make sense. And oh God, the Hangman 3.
Yeah, the Hangman 3.
Oh, shit,
I forgot about
Oh,
the Hangman
shit.
3.
Dan, wait. Oh shit, Dan, you're on. Dan, get on fucking Steam right now.
Whoa,
Get on Steam. Get on
Is
Steam.
that
right
who
now.
I think it is?
Get on Steam right now.
That
Give
is
me
exactly
some
who
way
you think it is.
to send you a link, motherfucker. All right. Go.
There is no way. Y'all bullshitting me. That's not who I think
No,
it is.
Dan, get on Steam. Dan, get somewhere. Where the hell can I send him this? Where?
I don't know. Dude, get him on
You're
here.
going to
Well,
work.
no.
I just streamed at work, Dan. Come on, dude.
Well, a lot of people are more responsible than you.
He lives out
Way
in
more
the,
responsible.
he lives out in the boonies now.
Fuck responsibility, guys. Come on.
But he lives out in the boonies now.
Living
so-
on the edge, man.
See,
The Edge.
I talk to him every once in a while too. So
It says Jared's on Steam right now. You want me to throw the link at him, see if he opens it? That'd
Nah.
be crazy.
Do
No,
it.
I don't want to do it. No.
we
No, we need to plan that. No, we need to plan that like ahead of time.
I would Jared. You don't know what you're gonna get if Jared opens up. Honestly,
Yeah, you
Dan.
don't want him unfiltered. Not now.
Dan, you need to like contact us more regularly because we would.
get on. He's on Facebook all the time. He's old.
I know.
We are both old, so you got to get on Facebook to talk to him.
For the uninitiated, that is Calvin 8 Hobbs.
Whoa, legend. A legend. I love it.
I don't think he ever got
The
his
legend.
ROH DVDs.
No, he never did.
Hey, didn't you record that night? He was mad. That whole rant. He was talking about getting
That
Smolsky.
was Gerald did that.
Oh, okay.
Jared did that. Yeah.
Gerald.
Yeah.
Jared did that. That's still on his channel. He didn't delete his vids. I'm like one person.
But
I'm flipping you off, Chase, but I'm focusing on driving. So
Yeah, please do that. Don't crash. We don't need a vehicular death on a live stream here.
but yeah, I mean, if you it would be interesting to see like the like family tree of like ROH, and to see like you've got the Evolve and Dragon Gate USA branch. You've got literally like what NXT turned into. So I mean, which I think is something that a lot of people just don't get. The fact that NXT turned into what NXT turned into because of ROH. So the impact that ROH had, I think, going back to that, is like so crazy that I don't think people really understand it sometimes.
Yeah, Ring of Honor pretty much invented WrestleMania weekend. Let's be real. I mean, those shows
Yes.
in Chicago, Houston,
Detroit
Texas-
was the first one, right?
Yeah,
Good ass point, Juice. Good
Chicago
ass point.
was.
Chicago
They did
was the first one.
Mania 22 weekend.
2006.
Dragon Gate match on that one. But they invented Mania weekend. They invented the modern day WrestleMania. They invented
Right.
so much. And I think they don't get the credit for that.
'Cause,
I remember
I mean,
when you people went to the one in Houston, I was so jealous. I was like, I
Oh yeah, I
can't
remember
not.
that shit too. I was mad as fuck.
I was
like,
mad because
man.
nobody called me and told me they were setting it up. Like, what the hell? I would have won.
because the thing is that was all Mike. That was all Mike. It's not like I was. It was. They were like, "Oh, we're gonna be there." I'm like, "Okay." That was the deal. Like for me, it wasn't like I was setting anything else. That was all Mike. You can track down Mike and
Brandon and I watched Mania
I
25 together. I was like, I gotta go the next year, and I was like, okay. And then he did.
he
Yeah, I
did.
remember the YouTube messages. I remember I was asleep, and Brandon sent me a message 3 a.m. Did you see Sean and Taker? Like, no.
I remember watching it after the fact. Shit.
Yeah. I watched it. I believe the next day, like early in the morning.
Yeah, and Extreme Wrestling Tours, if XWT, those were the days.
Don't give up the secrets, man.
Nobody cares enough. Extreme Wrestling Torrents. It's still out there. Nobody cares.
Wait, that site's still up? They know.
I don't think it's there anymore.
The site's not
There's
up
no
there.
way.
What?
It still exists.
No,
It still
okay.
exists, just in a different form.
Hold on, I'm gonna look.
Who the hell
I'm gonna
torrents
look at
any
that
of these
site.
things?
He
mean,
sold,
plenty of people
apparently
torrent.
the dude sold the site because Discord is a thing. So
That is
Yeah,
true.
well, we could become the
Yeah,
Discord
that's
talkers now.
We're not on Discord. We're on StreamYard, you fucking moron.
Damn.
I know that. I was making a joke, you prick. Jesus
You-
Christ.
I didn't laugh. Did anyone laugh? No.
I know.
Jokes are inherently
No,
funny.
because I'm not funny.
But that trip in what was it 09 for you guys? I think that really was like,
Yeah.
oh my god, it's like worlds are colliding. It's the Avengers meeting. It was one of those kind of things.
Y'all won't believe this shit, but XWT is still up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
What the
shit.
fuck?
How you get
What
to
the
it?
hell?
Oh, there it is.
What the hell? Who is
Oh,
using this?
Oh, hey, my login still works.
Oh, shit.
there's still like I don't
Dude, I
know.
don't even
Oh,
remember mine.
I mean, anything. I would probably say that I would think that if it's on, what on?
Oh, God. Somebody uploaded Colt Cabana versus Mike Peterson. I don't even know who that is.
I would think even as like High Spots TV would probably be like stuff that people would get from there. So, or if you weren't here, if you weren't in the U.S., you were somewhere else.
Dude,
Who the hell would download SmackDown all of
Me.
2020?
Me.
Who the hell would do
I
that?
need that. I need all
A sick shot.
It's
I need
so
all
you
them
can,
empty arena matches. I need that
You
Dragon versus Nakamura match. You forgot
You
happened on the empty arena
download
SmackDown.
it and you use it. You use it for your video. You know the snippets for your video, your little 2-second snippets, so you don't get
You don't get in trouble.
you don't get in trouble.
with World Wrestling Entertainment.
Right.
You don't do that. Yeah, but,
Why is it still up, man?
I don't know, but Chase, if your login works, can you please send me all of WCW Saturday Night? That'd be great. I would enjoy that. I would enjoy that. I mean,
if you remember, it wasn't my login because when we first found it, you had to take a quiz. I was the guinea pig. So what I have is Mark Pearson's login.
Oh yeah.
wow.
It still works.
Mark Pearson.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck happened to that dude.
I think he's still making videos.
He had 5-star matches. I remember that. Remember that? Remember those comments in his backyard match? 5 stars. I was like, what is that? Was when YouTube
5 stars. We lied. We were such liars.
died. I was like, okay, retarded.
This J South 314. You wonder
I love
where I
him.
was? I was in jail. I'm
All right,
sorry.
now you're just going down
What?
that memory trip right now. Y'all need to stop.
What
this.
happened to him?
Stop this. Warzone Jones.
Warzone Jones.
What about John Cheese?
Oh, John Cheese. Oh,
I'm
man.
so bummed out that he's gonna get home. We're gonna be done.
Oh, that's okay. Leave the memories alone.
That was actually well timed, Jim.
Holy shit, Jim gets home
Perfect
fast.
timing.
Holy shit.
Quit looking at your phone while driving, you moron.
I'm on a stoplight. I'm home in like 2 minutes.
That's what they all say.
Stupid ass stoplight.
Someone put Kent Jones in the comments. Y'all remember that motherfucker?
That crazy
No,
motherfucker.
what is-
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Hey, that's how we figured out that Bill and Doug lived like.
Okay, Brandon. Brandon's giving us the wrap it up signal. So, Josh, wrap it up. You want us all to wrap it up, or are you just going to.
No, everybody can go.
We'll do this again soon.
Yes, we should do this again soon.
Yeah, let's do it again.
Like I said, we'll do a Q&A. You were gone when we said that. We'll do a Q&A.
Yeah,
Those are
that would be.
Do a Q&A.
We could all start yelling at each other. That's the
Yeah.
stuff that like
Chase
people
can call me a fucking idiot.
Do you want me to do it? Do you want me to do it for old time's sake?
What?
Oh,
Do you know what that's a quote from?
I guess it's
Oh,
I don't recall it. I don't recall it.
Jason.
Good, Chase.
First of all, I am a Ravens fan. I don't care about your other teams. I am all about the Baltimore Ravens.
I don't know this.
And for all of us here at the Skype, I can't do it. All right.
You're out of practice.
I'm out of practice. I'm way out of practice on that one.
Yeah.
But anyways, I forgot how much I missed you guys. I love you all. Juice, it's been way too long since we've actually vocally interacted.
Exactly.
Like, it's like
way too long.
Like, for real, if you ever find an indie promotion up in Canada, I will fucking move up there in a second because I know you and I could do commentary like nothing. I got a fucking cowboy hat I can put on. I can thicken up my
Cowboy
accent, and we'll be good to go.
You're vaccinated, so you can come here now.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
You're good.
Yeah.
You're good.
I'm getting my booster on Saturday.
Hey, good for you.
Nice.
Yeah.
I gotta wait a while. Hey, I made it home.
All right. Well, too
And then
bad, Jim. Too bad, Jim. We're wrapping it up.
As Jim goes home, so do we.
So
As
do
we
we.
Jim
go
goes
home.
home and makes a drink.
Let the professional send us home.
The professional.
Jim, it's
Yeah,
up to
I'm
you.
super
Send us off. Say something.
Something. Chase,
Damn.
rip on me. Come on,
Damn.
man. Like the old times.
God,
Come on,
I
Chase.
give you an opportunity to do something.
Pretty
with
much
it.
summed it up right there,
You
Jim.
pretty much summed it up right there.
I summed it up right there. Hey, I love you guys. And we built great friendships. And we will be back.
Will
Hopefully.
we? Hopefully.
And Chase will rip me some more for my shitty connection.
You
So,
had it.
Good night, all.
Stop. Jim, you had it. Stop. I love you guys. We built great friendships. Good night. That's all you had to do.
Good night.
So we got shitty internet.
Chase will rip Reggie.
While he sounded like he was underwater, like, man, just leave it. You had it.
Oh no, he's undressing. We gotta stop it. Everybody, go up there. He's undressing.
Security!
You are